Hello, everybody, and welcome to Worldshaper Games, episode 6. We are playing Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden tonight. Thank you all for joining us. And what we normally do is we go around, we say a bit about our characters and who we are, and then we recap what we did last week. Last time. So, Jack, if you would like to take it away for the time being.
Certainly. So, hello everyone. I'm Don Hayes. I play the character Amelia. She is a human rogue. She hails from the city of Waterdeep and has been trying to find out the cause of the caravans going missing and supply wagons not turning up and disappearing into the north, the frozen north, as we should say. And she's also trying to make a name for herself and step out of her father's shadow. And that's my character.
Amazing. How about you then, Dave?
Hey, I thought knew it'd be me next. Cool. I play Quinn Faircattle. I am also from Waterdeep, but not attached at all. But yeah, completely on my own. Yeah, I live in Mead. I'm a Twilight cleric. My deity is Shantae. I refuse to say it any other way. I'm a little halfling, and I really like to make beer. That's basically it.
Good beer at that.
It's been good so far. How about you, Levi? It was a bit about your character.
Sorry, I was reading. Hi, I'm Levi, aka Killjoy, and I am playing the half-elf fighter Cassius von Deuce. He essentially has his mother is an elf, his father's was in the army, and he has set off essentially just to kind of go and help people out and do some adventuring. Hears words of weird things happening up in Icewind Dale and heads off in that direction. And just to kind of see what's going on. Spends about a month there. Doesn't really get anywhere. Aims to leave and ends up bumping into this ragtag group. And so he's now along for the ride, and he's kind of he's just there to see how things go. Really, that's kind of his whole shtick. So yeah, that's me.
Good. And last but not least, Greg.
Oh, I wasn't ready. No, my name's Greg, and I play as Zufira Stonebeard. Stonebeard? No, Snowbeard. She is the one of the group, I believe, who's actually native to Icewind Dale. She's from an old dwarven family. Grew up here, spent many, many years. She is part of this family, but she's kind of like the dark horse of the family, the one who wants to sort of go off and doesn't want to do the family obligations. Just wants to be a bit of a wanderer and a loner. And having wandered off and lending her services out as a hunter, she ended up not quite saving the life of a dragon from essentially a lynch mob up in Lonelywood in Icewind Dale. After this, she started having weird dreams about this dragon speaking to her, talking to her. You've got a destiny, all this important stuff. She's like, I'm going crazy. Turns out she actually does have a dead dragon in her head, and it's starting to give her powers. Somewhere along the way, she met up with this group, and that's pretty much where we are now.
And you also have another person with you, a human archaeologist of sorts called Dikut. And the party, remember that guy? He's been traveling with you for at least until Bryn Shander or further on. They found him in the mountains, and he got rescued from a load of orc zombies, and then he's been traveling with them ever since. And I believe he is also creating a history sort of translational book for the orc history in the region as well.
Oh yeah, like common to orc translation.
Orc to common.
So are those intros done? Who would like to tell us what we did last time? Who hasn't done it yet? Other than me.
It's sick.
I think we've all done it now.
Surely everyone's done it once by now, right?
I tend not to do it because I don't have my notes because I'm recording. Makes it difficult.
I'll do it.
I mean, I can do it. I don't mind. Whatever.
I've got my notes. So
Cool.
in the last session. I don't know how good these notes are, but
mine are great.
you go ahead then. You go ahead because mine aren't great for this one.
Why don't I just like leg it? Just like really like short notes. Alright, so I got first thing, we brought the wolves back to Dugan's Hole after killing the 2 wolves that could talk to us that were pretending to be a frost giant or persistence to a frost giant. Garagai was their master or something like that. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's to be a mammoth.
Yeah. So we took the wolves back. Meat is on the menu. Made a note of that. So we ate the wolves. I think we sewed the pelts.
You did sell the
Hunt
pelts.
Sophia sewed the pelts.
Yep.
Yeah. And then me and Amelia went to the pub because we didn't really care about that. Oh yeah, we hear about a monster in the lake. Mayor Dooligan Lake?
Mer Dwalon.
Mayor Dwallan? Yeah, so
Yep.
there's like a monster there people in the pub were talking about.
With a
Basically
long
Loch
neck
Ness.
extending up the lake.
Yeah.
Nessie, is that you?
Then Eddie, the barkeep, made space for us, and we stayed the night in his pub. Amelia saw a shooting star and the Aurora Borealis, apparently. I said that it happens every night, which isn't what normally happens. It's only been happening over the last couple of years with the whole eternal winter thing. And then apparently Amelia crushes her thief tools check. I'm not quite sure what that's about.
That was the
That was the gate, the cage.
Okay, cool.
We rescued the
Oh yeah,
the people.
underneath I said about the humans. Yeah,
Yumis were in the cage.
Yeah, I gave my night vision to Sophia and Amelia so they could see in the dark. Went to the big old cave, big hill with like lots of tunnels and stuff. Got the humans out. We managed to avoid fighting the woolly mammoth, which is kind of anticlimactic, but kind of makes sense with our characters.
Yep.
We gave food to the humans, and they wanted to change their shoes because they're magic. Finn and Silja, or Sillager, the name of the 2 humans.
Oh, where's it gone?
I got the names down as this, but I don't know if it's just autocorrect.
Yeah.
Sildra, yeah.
And Silja and
Silja.
Finn.
Finny boy.
Yeah, meat's off the menu because we didn't kill anything. We spoke to the speaker, Dumont. He was happy that we brought them back, but was being really tight. Didn't really give us anything for bringing back the humans. Then we...
Let's not forget they had magic boots,
Oh yeah, they had magic boots. Yeah, they switched them over to keep them warm.
which was quite clever.
There was one thing that was quite funny is Amelia decided she didn't really want to take the fight with the mammoth. We got them home, and Cassius was a little bit down, a little bummed out, and he likes making peace, not war. Was kind of like the consensus. Always speak first, and don't fight anyone. Which was odd because we kind of just escaped and just didn't attack it or anything. So it was a bit of a confusing one, but it was an interesting
It's a bit of a preemptive
talk. Yeah.
Then apparently Takut wants to go to Targus, and we're planning to go there after Bryn Shander, and obviously Goodmead first, like following the roads around to where he wants to go. Or at least we'll go with him as far as Bryn Shander, like the main town. We talked about dragon gods. One of my notes, I guess. That's more the voice of Sophia's
I
friend.
suppose the thing to mention would be that in this episode, you all started to hear the voice of Dendera Lyeth, the dragon spirit attached to Zufira, who's mostly only really spoken with Quinn so far. I get the feeling that Amelia and Cassie are just a bit weirded out by this still.
Yeah. I'm used to very powerful beings talking to me on a regular basis. It's not really that weird, I guess, for a cleric. And then Eddie said about the Goodmead beer delivery was missing, and I will avenge the mead. That's the end of my notes as we go off to Goodmead.
I got one thing to add,
up.
which is that they didn't give us nothing. The whole village did manage to scrounge together 5 gold and some rations for us. So
Pretty
that's
much.
all they.
There ain't much going.
Oh yeah, I think I refused it. That's why I didn't write it down. I tried to keep my notes to like what I've done, so I don't accidentally think I have more information about stuff.
Yeah.
We also discussed some names for the group, but didn't agree on anything yet.
Oh yeah.
No.
Jax was one of the best.
I had a
can't remember what it was,
good Mead's northern deeds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, our characters, walked through the door of the Crooked Stall bar and out into the cold. Obviously, the mead hasn't turned up. It should have done yesterday, but it didn't. And the storm that happened overnight wouldn't have caused interference. When it's supposed to turn up roughly the same time that you guys were out dealing with the giant issue.
Conspiracy? I think not.
I think
But
not. So, if we go to the map a minute, we can see just how far away it is. Are we all on the... Yep, we are there.
Yeah, we're on the 10 towns map.
This is not far at all. So it's about 4 hours travel to get there, which you do in relatively, good ease. You set off in the morning, and it's June the 1st at the moment. And it takes you about 4 hours. So by the time you arrive, it's probably, where are we? 9, about 1 o'clock or so. As you make it over there, you can see a wood that you passed on your left. Snowy pine trees that rise up a bit. It's a bit hilly around there, and on the left is the frozen lake of Red Waters. You can see the ice builds up quite a lot along the shore, and then further out, pretty much in the middle of the lake, you can see the ice just bobbing around. So you make it into town about 4 o'clock-ish. I'll take you over to the other map. You've gone. Good Mead, there it is.
Yay! It's my shitto.
No.
Slightly better than Dugan's shitto, I guess.
I need to copy and paste you in, actually. Huh. Where have you all gone? Come here.
Oh yeah, the Mead Hall.
I just realised I haven't
That's
done
the
my
best
spells
place.
correctly. So
Hell yeah, it's the only place in town. Except for the Firelink Shrine.
Yeah.
Not playing that game today.
Just a second where I try and grab the tokens and not grab like anything else on the screen.
Oh yeah, that's always a problem.
Grab an ice dragon, what?
Grab an owlbear.
Albert and the Three Musketeers.
Yeah, that's all I ever think of when people say Albert.
Yeah,
There we go. Finally,
it's hard not to.
He's nobody's food.
yeah.
On the road. So you enter from the west, and you're coming along the main road. You can see the houses here are a lot better than the previous village. It's a lot more looked after because obviously there's a bit more money here to look after the various houses. Where do you want to go?
I mean, I'd go to the Mead Hall because I assume that's where we're kind of like inserting my character into. Like, I assume I live near the Mead Hall. That's the same place as like where it's brewed.
Zufira takes the lead in the wilds, but as soon as it gets to a town or city, she shifts to the back of the group. You notice. Put up and just doesn't really like it.
I mean, this is your city, Quinn. By all means, take the lead.
Perfect. Let's go and see. Make sure nothing bad has happened to the Mead Hall in my absence.
So as you walk down, you take a right, follow the road along. You can see on your right is the town speaker's house. There's a nice little heraldry mark above the door as you pass.
Looks just like the other shithole we were in.
Apparently it's Hendrik Wieselbauer?
It is Speaker Kendrick Whistleborough, yeah.
Yeah, it's my speaker.
Which I will put here. Just like that.
Why do they always make the name so hard to say for dyslexics?
I don't know.
Kendrick
And
Whistlebauer.
the
Real sparrow, I would say.
Wheelbarrow?
Real sparrow.
Oh, real
wild
sparrow.
sparrow. But real sparrow, I would guess.
And the little heraldry, which is commonly found above the speaker's door and above what would be above the Mead Hall as well, looks like this.
Took him a long time to think that up.
Yeah, I know. It is a
Quinn's
dark brown drinking mug made of a cut-off section of a horn with an antler head handled added, upright and centered on the white field, representing the town's mead exports and its cold, snowy climate. Oh.
Yep, we're the one town that has mead.
Nice.
Good mead.
Not just any mead, yeah, good mead.
Not great, but good mead.
Yeah. Could be better. There could be better mead.
Yeah. Good for the frontier land.
So you all walk up to the main doors here, and you can also see, I would say on your right as well. This is sort of like a fishing house where they would process knuckle-headed trout. That's all your fishing exports and imports would be that. Probably a bit of this there as well. And in front, to your right, over the other side of the road, is the Shrine of the Flaming Sword. This is one of the local shrines there as well.
It's a Tempest, isn't it?
I believe so. If I bring up the thing.
Just a flaming sword, I assume it's Tempest.
Yeah, this is it's got a steeple to it that goes up into a peak, unlike the Mead Hall. It's got you'll know, especially, like, it's got painted icons of the god of war wielding a flaming sword, but that's chipped and faded these days.
Yeah.
And you haven't been in there for a while, obviously.
Nah, it's not my deity. Like, it's not my thing.
It's built over a century ago, so it's a while ago, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about, like, agriculture and, like, hospitality. Not really about war. It's not my thing.
As you push open the doors, in front of you is a long hall, and there's multiple rooms off and doors, and the hall curves around a bit to the right, and right in the middle there is essentially it's almost like an open fire with lots of brickwork and stone around the edges to contain the fire. And there's a big metal grate, like you see in front of the fireplace, a big metal square grate around the fire as well to stop any logs rolling out, or bursts of embers flying out, for instance.
Drunkards falling in.
Yeah, basically. And you can hear there's a smell of a sweet scent in the air. And there's lots of, like, just this droning of basically bees buzzing about. There's this endless droning of bees, and this is where they make the honey. This is where they do the bee husbandry sort of thing in this space. You'll know round the corner in another room, which would be like around the corner to the right of the building, is where the actual brewery silos, containers are. They're big brass sort of drums where the brewing would take place, and there's about three of them, I would say, three or four. They're pretty hefty things, but that's all the laboratory brewing sort of side of it's out there and just out of the way. Obviously, the bees aren't allowed to get in there, so this is shut off a bit. But you go through two main doors. You can see as you walk around, as you walk in as well. It's like the odd bumblebee or the odd like honeybee just like buzzes past you and things like that. Obviously, the bees don't go outside because there's really no flowers outside to pollinate and things like that. But
they
you
will
can
die.
there are plenty of like troughs and upturned feed containers that are full of soil that have lots of different plants that would be acclimatized to this region, which do produce the flowers. We're in June at the moment, so I suppose flowers would be flowering during May,
Yeah,
June, July.
normally they would be.
Yeah. You can see there is a man standing at the grate, tending the fire. He's got like a little door hatch that opens, and he's got one of those metal poking rods tending the fire. Dave, if you would like to describe what he looks like as you know him best.
Oh, I do. It's the one I think it is. The human or the
human, yeah.
the other one? Ah, the human, yeah. Yeah. So tending it, I can't imagine being like kind of like an older human, like probably like 70 odd, kind of graying, balding, wearing like a big cloak. It's pretty warm in here for it to be like basically a greenhouse to keep all the bees alive and stuff. And yeah, he's like probably like slightly bent over, and it's like, yeah, stoking the flames. It's kind of just like your nice, comfortable kind of pub owner slash like sciencey wizardy person is what I was kind of imagining. Like a big kind of cloaky thing. It's kind of magicy. We're trying to make things grow in the middle of the Arctic.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably a bit.
His name is Grant Holmes.
Grant Holmes, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He hasn't noticed you yet. He's still tending the fire.
Yeah. I would definitely like shout his name. Yeah, I guess I just call him Grant. I guess it'd be on first name basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you walk in, you like, oh Grant, how's the brewery going? How's the business?
He turns his head and looks over to you, and then straightens up and cracks his back as he straightens up, and goes, "Oh, good day, Quinn. Do come in out of the cold now."
Oh yeah. Walk towards him still.
The business is going quite good, actually. Plenty doing, plenty producing at this time of year, as you know. We're doing quite well with the bees, actually, as well. There seems to be a decent amount.
I say good. Shantae still blesses this building. I've just come from Dugan's Hole and I've brought some friends along with me. It's like I like look to the side of me, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess
He
everyone's
looks
behind
over
me.
to each and every one of you and takes stock of your.
Do you like the bow?
Yeah.
He gets to me.
If I do it in person, I'd be like, Sophia, Amelia, Cassius. I'd be like, everyone, Grant.
It's hey, nice to meet you all then. Do make
Okay.
yourselves at home here. Have you travelled far?
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am from Waterdeep, a long way from home, I might
Waterdeep,
add.
you say? Oh, that is a long way, actually. Yes. My God,
Indeed.
you must have. It must have been quite an effort going through the mountain pass.
Well, luckily I had help. I
Oh,
not sure I would have made it on my own, truth be told.
I'm surprised. It's quite dangerous.
More treacherous than I had imagined.
Uh, we we haven't even got much, post and letters through at the moment, so it's quite bad out there, isn't it?
Well, that's partly why I'm here.
I
Oh,
nod gravely in the background. Like, hmm.
he also takes note of the man standing behind you all. Who's that there as well? Is he with you all? Dakut.
I
Oh
knock him
yeah,
out.
Dagoot, yeah. I would introduce him as well.
Yeah,
I forget he's with us, to be honest. And what about the party? The party's the main characters.
yeah.
Just a servant.
He nods to Dakut, now realizing who he is, and he says, "My God, my man, did you manage to find what you're looking for?" And Dakut simply nods and says, "Yes, I found exactly what I was looking for." He's still got that bag with him. He shifts it a bit.
Santa, is that you?
The continuous plot point that we're just all ignoring. It's like, oh yeah, he's got a
Long time.
bag.
Amelia's job. Amelia, you need to get in there.
Yeah.
Rip it
I've
open.
already I can't do that. I got a deal. I made a deal.
Dude.
Made a deal with the devil, Jimmy.
Oh, hell, Jimmy.
Well, there's a few things that have happened around here, so
Hmm.
I would like to tell you about it. It'll bring light to a couple of issues that's happened
Probably
recently.
mention before you go into that, be like, maybe we should set up a table and put down our bags and have a drink while we're talking about this.
His eyes brighten, and he goes, "Excellent idea, my boy. Yes, let's go. There's a table over in the corner. We can get my assistant to bring us a few drinks, the best mead for us.
Oh
Where
yeah.
is that half orc? Where's he gone?" And he
I wouldn't
goes,
say no to some good mead.
he points you all
Oh
to a
yeah.
table
Good mead, good
over in the
mead.
corner. And he leaves you all to go and sit down around that table. As you walk to it, you do see one or two other people now that have come out of various doors and just
Hmm.
attending flowers and plants and watering this and that and things like that.
Yeah.
Um, and he comes back out of the swinging doors that lead to the brewery site, and he comes over and says, "Night Stout will bring us some mead in a minute, and you can have a go at the most recent batch we've made."
Perfect.
Uh,
Do you have
Now,
anything non-alcoholic, perhaps?
non-alcoholic. What do we have left over? Oh, I believe there's some apple juice out in the back.
That would do fantastic.
Apple juice as well. I'll get him to fetch you some. Right. Well, so how have your travels been? Have you managed to achieve what you set out to do?
So, unfortunately, no. Managed to find some provisions, but I feel like I'm not closer to working out why this ceaseless winter has happened. I just have more questions than before.
It's a trifle worrying, isn't it? Doesn't seem to
Hmm.
stop. It's
Trifle,
been
you say?
almost 2 years.
Hmm. Say the cult seems to be growing in strength as well. Keep seeing
Uh,
more members. Dark times.
we did have one of those priests travel by a few days ago. You know how they are. They tend to walk with. You'll spot them easily, I'm sure. Have you not? I don't. Have you not come across them on your travels yet?
came across one or two of them. Mad as bucket of fish.
Well, let's hope you don't get tangled up with them.
I hope so too. Not what
We have
need.
had a bit of issues recently, though. Sorry to say. Did you pass the cart that's meant to take the mead to the neighbouring
I'd
village?
say no. What's it? Eddie. What's his surname? We just wrote it down as Eddie.
Oh,
Eddie
Eddie Smallwick.
Smallwick. That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
To say yeah. Before we left, Dugan's Hole, Eddie Smallwick told us that one of the deliveries is missing. They didn't receive it.
Yes, it was
recently.
meant to go out yesterday. This is, I can tell you exactly why that has happened. This is a misfortune of a series of events, to be honest. Well, you see, the reason behind it is because the meat has been stolen.
Oh, dare they?
God,
It has.
who would do this?
It's
Well, if the mead's as good as they say.
that
It's good
is
mead, that's
exactly
why.
it. It's a batch that was meant to go out yesterday.
Good meat, good meat.
Not only to here, but also the other neighbouring towns like Brinshander, for instance.
Makes you start to lose faith in deities.
Burn him, he's a witch.
No,
Burn her, I should say.
I love Shantae. Honest and truly.
For God's sake, why?
Also, I do quite enjoy the fact that this pub owner sounds just like the last pub owner.
What?
Does he? I'm trying to do an older voice for you.
I'd say
That was
this
quite
is
good,
older.
actually.
Yeah,
The only difference is your teeth
Alright.
aren't sticking out. Oh,
I'd say this is an older person.
Yeah, I'm
than
not
the last
making my
one.
mouth go sideways.
That's almost like middle-aged.
was he?
Yeah.
I thought they were cousins.
No, that one was standalone.
Levi, not everyone who works in pubs are related. It's not all
I
one
beg to
just
differ.
like big crime.
Also,
I
I don't know if you know Levi, but it's actually the same guy voicing all these characters. So, like, you can notice some similarity.
What? Oh my god, my immersion's been ruined. Why'd you tell me that?
Sorry. Just someone knock him on the back. Dave, knock him on the back of the head. Knock him out.
Oh, he's surprisingly far away. You could try and base him. No, he's so too far away from the base guitar as well.
No. The meat has been stolen. And our townspeople.
I'm all for derailing this quest to go and get the the mead.
The meat.
Like, that's it. Nature can wait. Eternal winter, that can wait a day or two. Let's go and find the mead.
So the mead was stolen by a Ferg being. I hope I'm
Furby?
pronouncing their species right. It's awfully hard to do it, you know.
Furball?
Is
No,
it
not one
goblins
of
gnomes?
those.
Goblins
You're
gnomes.
speaking of Furbolg, sorry. Not...
Furby.
To be fair, I thought about Furby first. I was like, what? Does it just repeat what you say to it?
Verbig. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I know of these?
Well, they're a type of giant.
Greg doesn't know,
Fucking
but
dying.
I think Zufira
I don't know.
might.
Yeah, they're basically a type of giant.
Right.
They are just. They're a
I've
different
never
type
heard of
giant.
these before. So yeah, just looking them up.
There's not many around.
I guess if they're from Icewind Dale, I might have heard of them.
Right,
No,
Can I roll a
Time of
history
being
or a
here.
nature check? As the native ranger.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
kinda
you
wanna
can
make
do
a
if you
roll as
like
well.
history.
I'm proficient in history. Let's do this.
I'm gonna roll nature, is that okay? Or would it be history?
Either on it.
Pretty
I feel like
much.
history makes more sense
Okay.
to me.
I'm proficient in nature. That's a 22. I think she knows.
Oh, wow. Fair
21
play.
as well.
Christ.
From the nature and
Guys,
historic.
I hope we have a fucking fight later because we're fucked if that's your best rolls
Time to
tonight.
read the wiki.
Mate, about half an hour before we started, I rolled like a 20. I was like, oh man, that's a waste.
So, how do you spell it?
Verberg.
Verbeeg.
Verbeeg. There we go. Verbeegs are
Right,
giants that resemble oversized humans with gangly limbs and elongated faces. Some have other features that give them a fearsome aspect. Verbeeg craft their own armor and weapons. They prefer throwing spears above all other weapons, and a Verbeeg usually has several spears for the purpose.
So they're not made out of like ice, not like a frost giant.
No, you'll
like a
know
human
that.
giant.
Yeah, exactly.
Like flesh and bones stuff.
Do I have a picture? Don't have a picture yet. Yeah, they're like they seem like your humble giants, you know. They are friendly.
I know some in like Icewind Dale and that you do get like the ones that are just made out of ice.
Yeah, they're not. They are.
Like the elemental ones.
They are. They're like your big friendly giant, sort of a giant, I think.
Imagine the ones in Skyrim that just like knock you really high in the air.
Yes, I've
I'm
been
kind of
hit by those.
imagining.
So a Verbeeg, still the ale. He also had. We've seen him about with an ogre before, and the unfortunately our townspeople put up a good fight, but he got hit really hard by the ogre, and unfortunately he died.
So much backstory.
It's terrible stuff, you see. But he died. He died of his wounds, and he's currently is on display in a neat fashion, so that the townsfolk can pay their respects in the shrine across the road.
Just hanging.
Just like skewered on the floor.
Just like hanging, swinging back and
Skewered
forth
on the floor.
Damn.
So
Everything's been awful in the time I've been away.
yeah.
So they've gone for like 4 days. What, 4 or 5 days? Jesus.
Things happen.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Plot twist.
Well, so we actually we have a small a town's guard with us, sure, but nobody really wants to go trudging off into the snow and ice to deal with this. You know, they're like, why don't you just make more mead? They say, and I say, no, this is special mead.
Say, Grant, this is why me and you work here. We understand the importance of mead.
Exactly. You are a person of my own taste and heart. Your heart is where it belongs.
Look to the party, be like, we need to solve this problem before we continue. Should only take, hopefully, a day or two at most.
Fine by me.
Sorry.
Well,
Choking on chocolate.
I'd say Levi's mid-eating. What does Cassius think?
Like, we shall get your barrels of mead back, no problem. Assuming they come in barrels, as I am not from around these parts and do not understand what mead is brewed in.
Well, they do come in casks.
Yeah, what do you think it comes in?
Yeah,
They're
hefty. They're hefty, you know, kegs.
A wooden keg.
a medicine check on Cassius, see if he's taken any blows to the head.
Just to give people context, I realised I'd done my spells wrong, so the first, like, half an hour, I have no idea what the fuck we're doing, because I wasn't listening. So I'm like, I think we're in some building.
We're in a mead hall drinking mead.
Yes, I realise that now.
Find more mead.
Yep. I caught up.
The guy
got missing mead.
Mead.
All
mead,
the
basically.
only thing I remember was bees. I was like,
We need to find some mead.
Yeah.
We're in good mead to find good
Cassius
mead.
or Levi who
good
took a hit to the head.
The mead hall.
Or we need to find a thief.
We're talking about the mead missing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good. I've caught up, guys. Thanks for the recap. I think my spells are now. Well,
oh, thank God.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. But yeah, So Cassius is like, yep, we'll go find the missing Mead and be back before you can say, blow me down.
Goodness me, that's excellent. That is very well done of you all. I don't know what to offer you all other than obviously free lodgings and as much drink you can drink for the week.
Free lodgings is
payment is not required.
I pay
The
free
mead
lodgings.
sounds good though.
They went personal. They've
Incidentally,
the
mead
up
that
his
you are
Yeah, they've taken the mead.
Mano on mano.
Halfling justice.
the mead that you're drinking has a little tipple of cherry in it. This is what we call cherry mead, you see.
Very age, you say?
No, not yours. Yours is
Not
apple.
yours.
Necking it.
Appalling is what it
Makes
is.
a big like.
Guess
touch
I'll
of
ask,
Zephyr asks,
oh.
this Verbeeg, is he known to the town or is...
Well, it's most odd because people know where he lives, the general direction of where he lives. But we haven't ever had any trouble with him before. It's most odd.
generally peaceful?
Yes, they are.
Perhaps something has riled them.
You'll be resting in peace.
If he's hanging around with this ogre fellow, assuming it is an ogre, of course, could well be the issue to all your problems.
Oh, quite possibly.
Take a swig.
Does everybody say, do you know how
Scary.
long it takes to get to his residence? Do you know where he lives?
Well, nobody's ever really been there before. That's right. I think a couple of people talked about rounding up a group and going up to where he lives. I'm not sure if they've even done it or not. I've been tending these fires and looking after the bees.
As you should be. There's not a time for you to be involved in a posse of sorts. We need to maintain making the mead. It's one of the few luxuries left in this frozen wasteland.
Yes, I completely agree. I'm far too old these days to be going gallivanting off into the snow and trying to face giants. I mean, goodness me.
Goodness me.
No, thank you.
Is there somebody out the back screaming, going, the bees are in my...
That'd be night stout.
Keep those away.
Big bees.
So yes, we can point you in the general direction. I think it would take you a day probably to get there. It's up in the woods.
What time is it now?
1:30.
We could go now.
It seems like we'll have to camp out anyway if it's like a day's journey.
Yeah, I would say, judging by the map and the artwork, it's like in the woods, like on top of the hill in the woods, sort of thing.
I would turn to the group and be like, do we set off now? Or do we wait and set off?
What time is it? Roughly.
1:30.
DM. Sorry?
Yeah, about 1:30.
Zephyr turns to Quinn. Well, how urgent is this?
Say, well, depends how thirsty the giant is. If he's drank it, it might already be for now. But if he's keeping it for some other reason, I don't know.
The day is young. I think we can make haste on this.
I
We'll
think
have
it's
to
also.
camp out anyway.
I think it's also the very fact that they, whether it be him or the ogre, and they're possibly working together at this point, they did kill the townspeople as well, and they should be brought to some kind indiscriminate.
Indiscriminate.
Our people will not stand for it.
Take him out back.
Yeah, like, I'm all good for going now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Consider
the day is young.
plans made. Yeah. Putting my
Consider
bag
that
back on.
if we head out now, we could arrive there, perhaps slowly, if we walk slowly, arrive near nightfall, and then see what we can see. If they have a fire, perhaps
Mm.
overhear some conversation, or try to
Stealth
find
could
out
be
more
to our
before we.
advantage.
Well,
Creep up
I'm more than
watch
happy
out.
to recon, although I could do with your grace again.
Bootstraps.
Hell yeah. Well,
That
hell
was
yeah.
quite illuminating, shall we say?
I am more than happy to pass on the blessings of my deity, my patron. What's it called? The Eyes of Night. That's what it's called.
Elven eyes. See.
Basically, yeah.
And you've just given me the name of the group. Essentially.
Eyes of
Nice.
Night.
No.
Not bad.
I mean, that is not a bad
Writing it
name, to be
down.
fair. Eyes of Night.
Adding it
I
to the
mean-
list.
Tell me what your anime eyes see, Legless.
The
Oh,
hobbits, the hobbits, the ticket, the hobbits.
Them hobbits, bruv.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
funny
God,
enough
taking
now
Hobbit
because we need somebody to step in as the new town speaker. I know there is a dwarf that is stepping up. And there is also one other as well, called Olivias. But she doesn't seem to want to do it. There's a name for you in there.
Olivessa.
Olivessa. These names. But these names, I can never pronounce everybody's. Olivessa.
Oh,
But
Joe.
Hey, Levi, wasn't that funny?
That was quite good. Olivas.
Dyslexia. It is what it is.
Olivas and pretty good.
Great. You're going to have a lot of great dyslexic moments in this campaign.
Oh, you wasn't expecting it. It was so fucking deadpan as well. That's what hit me.
Something like.
That's his character's called Olivia. Like,
It's funny because Phil's other character in another campaign right now is called Olivia.
Olivia, yeah.
Maybe that's he had a certain topic on the mind when coming up with the character. When envisioning her in his mind's eye.
oh, I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. Everything's setting me off. Oh, fucking hell.
It will take a few days to set up, you know, a new ballot or so for everybody to come forward and for the people standing for election to give their reasons.
But I guess I know these people. Like, I've lived here for like 20 years.
Yes, so
Like, I'd know the two candidates.
company also needs to. I'm just finding the names. What's
Livias is definitely
one
the
candidate
front-runner.
is a red-bearded shield dwarf logger named Shander Froth. So a shield dwarf named Enter. What is this doing?
Okay, it's just being called Olivia ass at this point. Right,
I'm the resident pronunciator here. The Shandar Froth.
Yeah, all right. Shandar Froth. Yeah.
Dwarf.
She's a dwarf, and the other is, like I say, a middle-aged woman who descends from the town's Cholton founders. She sometimes helps out, and sometimes you can see her sometimes come in, just so that Night Stout can have 2 days off. She does the weekend shift, for instance.
Ah.
There you go. Huh. But those are the two people running.
Cthulhu found her.
Done.
But yeah, right.
Alright, so they both sound like pretty cool people. Hope one doesn't turn to be a massive arsehole.
So this has obviously happened very recently.
I mean, Olivia already has one.
Okay. You can now see that actually the there's like 3 people sitting on a table over the other side, and you can now see that the middle-aged woman is actually her, and she's running for the mayor, and you can just about pick out that her friends are they're giving her words of confidence to apply for the position fully.
Interesting.
And the shield dwarf you haven't seen yet.
I feel like right now, I think the most pressing matter is to sort of this. Mead. Like we'll come back and deal with this later on. Yeah. Like I don't know why we would suddenly get up and deal with that. We're like, yes, we must go get this Mead and then go and chat to someone who's.
I mean, I'd probably
so
say a few words to her because it's someone I know.
Yeah.
We say to her like, "Oh, I'll talk to you later. We're gonna go and get the Mead back." You know, just kind of like, "Hi, I'm still here. It's all good. Gonna go and kill a big thing. Be back."
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah, I think I'm all fired up. I'm all ready to save this.
Got red in the face.
Is there?
Yeah.
Slam it down.
Bring me another.
Is there anything you would require before you make your move? Then.
Good question.
Mead for the road.
You want
Like,
some
I'm
more?
here to drink mead and kick ass, and I'm all out of mead.
Well, you certainly are. You've got apple juice.
That was out of character. Zufira is just very quietly sipping her apple juice.
Sure.
That's how
Just
it goes.
rolling her eyes. Politics and meads, just like.
Actually, I'd probably ask for a torch if he's got one.
Yeah, a torch easy enough.
Provisions he would have.
Do you need a torch?
I'm a human. I need a torch.
I always need a torch.
Well, we can certainly find you whatever you need. A torch, is it? That's easy enough. I think we got a few spare out the back.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go quickly fetch those for you.
Thank you.
He gets up and he's like, "And you all finished with your mugs? Take them back as well."
Oh yeah, I'll probably go and help.
It's very much empty.
Yeah.
Whilst this has been talked by this conversation's been going on, I've been loving life, drinking some good ale. It's a good mead, sorry.
So yeah, he gets up and leaves and starts to walk towards the double doors. And he goes through them. And you can hear him saying to Night Stout, "It's like, where are those torches going? Quickly go and fetch them." He just like grumbles from the half orc, being told what to do every so often. So he'll go and get those for a minute.
Yeah, that'll help, like bringing out, like taking the empties back. They'll come back out and hang out with the party.
What's this guy's name again?
Night Stout is the half orc. The human is Grant Holmes.
Sure.
Is it Holes as in H-O-L-E?
Oh, Grant Holmes is in the H-O-M-E-S.
As in Sherlock.
Like Holmes, yeah.
Sorry.
And for the half orc, what kind of personality do you think he has?
That'd be stereotypical, but I always imagine half orcs are like very angry and like not very smart.
Sure.
I feel like it's like a half orc that probably got raised in like an orc tribe, then just really liked beer and decided to like work here for beer. That's what I kind of imagine. Like not very smart, does all the heavy lifting because obviously I'm tiny.
True, he does most of the heavy lifting.
Yeah, it does like all the grunt work, while like I guess Grant is like the expert brewer, and like I'm like the assistant slash magic harvest lady.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With her sickle.
Tim loves beer. Probably quite a nice person, but yeah, not very bright.
He says a quick 2 words to you, Quinn, whilst you're fetching the equipment. And he says, yeah, do watch your back out there. It can be a bit frosty. That ogre looks pretty fearsome.
Wait, nice down. Don't you worry. I am going to get the mead back. I swear.
Oh my
Swear on the
my
meats
as a brewer, we shall return.
Gives you a
Turn asunder.
good nod.
Hmm.
And then you make your way back out, and you can see them holding there's 2 torches.
Yeah, probably end with just a line being like, "Look after Grant. He's getting older."
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
just yeah.
As we leave, I look at Grant. An insight check. Is he the Frostmaiden? Is he the fucking Frostmaiden?
That
No.
would be amazing. If that was true.
Do an insight check. This
Oh.
motherfucker.
Roll the dice.
Trust you. 13.
You think he is not? No,
He's a normal human.
he is a
we,
normal human. He seems like a normal,
He's cool. He's cool.
elderly sort of a human.
As we get up to leave, like,
Everyone we
Cass
meet
just got-
insight check, right? That's the campaign from now on.
You, the Frostmaiden. Yeah, as we get up to leave, Cassius kind of like stumbles, grabs a table, puts his hand on his head, like he's like, oh, kind of like almost like a dizzy thing. It's like sort of shakes it off and like walks out of the building. Don't know if anyone sees this, but that's
I mean, we're around.
yeah.
What
It
happened?
has to
Sorry, I
be
missed
like
that completely.
As he gets up, it's like he almost like stumbles forwards, catches himself on the table, and puts his hand on his head, like he's like it's like in pain, and
Oh,
like, but like it only lasts. It's like the whole thing's like a couple of seconds long. It sort of catches, like maybe
I'm gonna
he's
roll
drunk too
perception.
much.
I'm gonna see if I caught that. I'm generally quite perceptive. I
Oh,
rolled
yeah,
a
there you
20,
go.
so yeah, I probably saw that.
Not very
I
subtle
won't.
about
I
it.
won't raise it, but I'll.
Yeah.
I've noted it.
Yeah, unless it was really obvious, I'm probably more
Yeah, it's
fussed
it's,
about like being back home.
yeah, you're probably more just like, I want to get out there and find the mead. But yeah, he gets up. It's almost like he's like, either dizzy or he's got a bit of a headache or something. But
Yeah.
it visibly is a bit like, oh, the fuck, like.
Maybe we'll see
But
how
then-
great I am. Oh,
Twenty-one.
I do notice it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Zafira
you
got a
My
7.
house now.
Yeah.
Our perceptive
mention
Zafira saw fuck all.
One more. I've got one more. Nope. Denderala didn't notice either.
Yeah. As soon as he's drinking the apple juice, he's
Wow.
like, ooh, me too.
This is why you drink mead. Makes you really perceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one sober person in the group.
Oh,
She
not
doesn't
on
notice.
one. Hey, Mead. No, I'm sober.
Oops.
I'm
Well.
sober.
I'm not pissed.
I'm not pissed yet.
Mead is good.
Although Cassius probably is, by the sounds of it.
That's my secret. I'm not always drinking like the rest of you. No.
You're very angry tonight, I've noticed. You okay?
No. That was a Greg slip. Greg slip.
Oh.
Okay,
Surrounded by fools.
so he goes. So Grant goes, well, if you're ready, follow me and I will point you in the right direction that you should travel. This will be into the woods. We're not sure how far, we just know he lives out there.
Cool.
Sounds good
Just
to me.
quickly, because we're right next to the shrine.
Yeah.
I'll probably just quickly go over there, do a little sign of Shantae, which I guess would be like holding up a bit of wheat or something.
Oh, put
Because
some
got my
bread
holy
down.
symbol, yeah. Use
Yeah,
my holy
holy
symbol.
symbol.
Yeah. make a little sign. Maybe offer some like dried barley or something from the brewery as like an offering, even though it's not a proper shrine to
You
Shantae.
can do. I mean, do you go in the building or do you stay outside?
I'd go in quickly. Like this is like a flying visit.
Flying
Just
visit.
It's like
yeah,
you're walking.
like, go in, go hi. If anyone's in there, hi. Quickly do that. Give my blessings and leave.
You can.
I'm the cleric of this town, kind of.
You can see that the previous speaker, Endrick, he is laid out on one of those big like coffin slabs, and he has a white sheet over him, and you can fully take in like how like he was pretty big. He was pretty like a giant of a man in terms of height, and he was in his mid-40s, and yeah, so he's laid out there. There is like another person nearby who are like in like flaming sword sort of robes, but those are also a bit faded these days. And the person just silently like raises their hand in like greeting, and then goes back to muttering a couple of prayers over the body. You can also see there have been many offerings like pushed up against the base of the slab, various basically trinkets and dried flowers and just things, whatever people can gather that are resemble some kind of importance.
Yeah, it's cool. Or it's nod to the person. Come over. Do a little offering. Maybe leave some silver there. And then just get my holy
That's
timber
cool.
out. Do a prayer and go. Yeah, I'll leave 2 silver. Why not?
Okay.
Domino.
You'll see the person like look towards it and give a good smile to you, and then goes back to prayers.
Yeah.
You probably get the impression that this silver will go towards the temple. Um,
Oh yeah. Like it's not my thing, but
yeah,
like
the temple is also in a bit of disarray. These buildings are getting older, and without the better upkeep and just endless winter, they're all starting to. Place is looking shabby.
yeah. I mean, it's not a great time to
Yeah.
be in 10 towns at the moment.
It's lovely at this time of year.
It's meant to be
So
summer.
I know midsummer.
Very
So
cold.
Grant rates you for a second. And he lets you catch up to the party,
Yeah.
and
Literally
then
just
he
like
leads
5
you
or 10
on.
minutes.
He leads you on the North Road, and then he leads you as if you were going along the Eastway Road, and then eventually towards the giant M that's up here.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Is it M?
Got like a Hollywood sign.
yeah.
Good.
And he says, "Now, out there, beyond the trees, that is where the giant lives. You have to go quite some ways up the incline there, but eventually you'll get there. Like I said, I think you'll be able to get there within the day."
Say thank you, Grant. You should go back in and stay warm.
I will do.
It's cold out here. I guess
I'll continue to keep the bees safe and the mead
keep
flowing.
the mead flowing.
Yeah.
The mead must flow.
The mead must... I guess I
So the bees must buzz.
Funny enough.
The bees must buzz and the mead must flow.
Yes,
I
I'll wait for you back in there.
Oh yeah, and I turn to Sophia and go, I believe this is now your expertise. I don't know much of this forest.
Zufira is already walking. Well, I guess she'll give a nod to you, a perfunctory nod. She's got just enough social skills. And
That's
she'll
all the nod I
ask
need.
you what-
Hand
Yeah.
of nod.
And I will begin tracking. You can assist
Yay.
if you like. Let me see. So I guess this is a survival check, or we just
Yeah, survival checks for tracking.
I am proficient in
Yeah.
survival.
up to you. I get Arctic checks a double proficiency bonus, but would this be a wood check or an Arctic check? I guess up
My
to we get to the wood.
survival's +4, so not as good
There's
as yours.
difference, I think. I think it was.
Can we both?
I mean, I
try?
can just give you my check, and then for the Arctic relevant part, just add a +2.
Yeah.
Either way, let's roll.
Yeah, I guess I'll just give you
Oh,
advantage.
fuck sakes. Okay, gave me advantage, so it's a
Yeah.
15 at least. 17
There's
on the
no point in
Arctic.
both of us rolling, is there? Because we're working together anyway.
Yeah.
All right. I was going to say a +2 because, like I say, it's Arctic wilderness. You're proficient with,
Yeah.
and considering the heavy snowfall and stuff, you'll know how to look for signs in snow and ice, basically.
Just for the watchers,
Just
it'd
the climate.
be a 17 then with the +2.
Yeah.
So at the moment, you actually don't pick up any tracks. The previous storm might have blown them away. But after about half an hour, no, further than that, after about an hour of traveling, basically in the relative direction that he pointed, and you still feel like you're going up the hill. You're pointed to go, up to probably the top of the hill, and it's a gradual incline. You start to hear something ahead, and you can hear this snow crunching as something approaches.
Okay, just to make this a bit more awkward, because this is kind of tying into like a lot of stuff with me. About after an hour, I probably I don't know if there's a tree around, I probably collapse next to a tree.
As this is happening, as we hear the thing approaching? Okay. Zufira, hearing this, first hears the thing approaching, then sees Cassius collapse, and it's just like, Cassius, we need to hide everybody.
I'm not unconscious. I'm just I've fallen to the floor.
She's a bit concerned. Will kind of come and crouch down next to Cassius and just check on him.
Yeah, I'll go over as well and say, "Are you okay?"
I would stand between Cassius and the noise.
Yeah, Cassius is basically
myself.
He doesn't look too bad, but it's almost like he might have a bit of a fever or something coming on. He's obviously ill. But he's maybe
all right, young Cassius.
And he's just I'm not. I don't know what's wrong with me. My whole body feels like it's burning up, and I just finding it hard to catch my breath.
Probably say
he's trying to stand back up. And
can we if we need
say
to
the people just hide him under a tree or something. I'll stand in between the noise and him. I can heal him later if he needs healing.
I guess I just sort of
be quiet.
If you're trying to cruel me, I can try and hide, flump up against the backside of the tree or something if it's big enough.
I'll hide nearby in a tree, by a tree or something.
Zufira will try to actually sort of go around a bit, sneaking very slowly, but trying to take a position on a tree where she can perhaps try to see whoever this is.
Yeah, and I'm behind whatever, on my ass, but against the back of the tree, just
Yeah,
I'm staying near Cassius with my shield and battle axe at hand, defending.
Okay.
Takes out the bow.
So you're all hiding, are you?
Yeah.
As best as you can.
I think relatively, I'm not really hiding. I'm just kind of defending.
I'll keep an eye out as well to see what it is.
Yeah,
I think and Amelia are a bit more pushed up.
See,
so
things
they
get
would see
noted.
whoever it is before they reach the other
first line of defense and all that.
I'm trying to make myself into a target. I'm not trying to hide.
Okay, so this person doesn't notice you at first then. So
I'm
it is.
tiny.
Yeah.
You are tiny. What approaches is basically a human that is a woodsman, a trapper of sorts. This isn't unfamiliar. People go off and hunt in woodland all the time.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the food sources and fur sources, if anything. And so this looks like your average human hunter, and
Did
you
I
can see
recognize good Mead? Did I know the person?
as he gets closer. This is copy and paste the words.
Sean DeCoot isn't with us.
No,
Assume.
Nah, we left him at Mead Hall.
Yeah, he's
More
probably
in,
working
more
on the
in.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah,
F.
yeah.
Morin.
Dakuta's back in. He's huddled by the wall working on the
Yeah.
book. You can assume that he's working on the book every time.
Yeah.
Unless I'd specify otherwise.
Faith
Yeah, this is F.
Moran?
Morin. You'll know that he's quite good as a trapper. He can be quite, quick, dexterous. You can see that he's got a fox, a little Arctic fox that is in a cage on his back. It's almost like one of those long sort of bird cages where you can just throw in, animals to trade back
I
into
guess
town
if it's
or
a
for food,
person
whatever.
I know, as he's approaching, I'll probably say, not like super loud, but like aloud, like, Sophia, Amelia, I recognize this person. You don't need to be so cautious.
Okay. Hearing that, I step out from the woods and say, "Ho there, friend."
He looks up suddenly.
Didn't mean to startle you, but we're from we've just travelled from Goodmead in search for the what's it called? The Verbeeg. Is Verbeeg a person or a as
Verbeeg
in
is this race.
Species.
a race, a species? Yeah.
Verbeeg is the species of type of giant.
Right.
They're
We're
made from
looking
giants.
for a giant of sorts. I don't suppose you know of his whereabouts. We believe it to be in this direction.
I think I've just come from what you're looking for, actually.
Oh,
there's bodies back there.
bodies, live or dead?
Yeah, dead. It's quite a
no.
gruesome scene, actually. I'm not going back there. That's for certain.
How far is this scene?
I don't know. I kind of ran away to start off with. For fears of my own life. Must be another 2 hours up there.
I see.
Bodies of what? Humans?
People. They were a guard.
Oh.
I didn't think people would go out, but they've mustered their forces together and they've gone out. People were talking of it.
Well, that is not good.
Chuck my axe into like the snow, like kind of beside me, just like those idiots. It's like, why? They'd not have waited. I said I would return in 3 or 4 days.
For you, Zephyra, the fox looks sad. That's all I'm going to give you.
It's dead.
Alive?
Yeah, the fox is alive in the cage. It just looks really docile at the moment. But it looks like,
unless it talks to
docile and
us.
sad.
Unless it talks to us, I don't really care. Circle of life.
Zephyra sort of makes eye contact with it. Just cocks her head.
It's got like pleading in its eyes. This is an animal that's been captured. Any animal would want to try and get out the cage,
I'll do nothing for now.
All right.
Circle
life. Thrown on the fire later.
Yeah.
Now bodies become the grass.
Not said anything.
Okay. And he goes, I'm making my way straight back to town. I'm not staying around these woods much longer until that has been dealt with. Are you going that way?
We are. Tell me, was it
battle axe out of the snow again? We are.
Was this creature on his own, or was it? I don't suppose you had chance to look, but don't suppose you spotted like an ogre or anything else there.
No, I haven't seen anything. It's fresh though. Very fresh. I thought I heard movement off in the trees. I heard sort of like deep rumbling sound. Must have been the giant himself.
Very well. We thank you for the information. It's been most helpful. I suggest you go back to Good Meads and stay safe. In the meantime, we will do our best to deal with this.
We will deal with this threat.
Okay, if you must, just be careful.
Just
what is your name, friend?
Is
You can do it. You can do it.
Shut up. There's is Thief.
Faye.
Faye. Yeah, Faye.
Fef is what I would say.
Oh, okay.
Fef.
Yeah,
Fef Morin.
F-E-F.
Yeah, my name is Fef.
Good to meet you, Fef. We'll no doubt catch up in Good Meads once this is all over. Hopefully over a
good mead.
I was going to say an ale, yeah.
It's like the Vegeta problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you mean my dad, me, or the planet?
During this time you're talking to this guy, I fainted.
Yeah.
All right, just so you know. Well, you wouldn't know because you're talking to him, but
I mean, I'm the nearest to you, I guess. But yeah, I'm not really paying attention to you. I'll turn around eventually.
Sure doesn't notice.
He starts to make his ways. He's picked up the pace as he goes.
Oh yeah, I really don't care. Sorry.
I mean, to be fair, I'm behind the other side of the tree. I've just gone.
Yeah.
No.
I'll probably head back to the group, and then I'll do a perception see if I can.
Oh yeah, like once the guy goes on his way, I'll look at Cassius. But like while we're talking, I don't really pay attention to it.
18. So yeah, I'll probably notice. Probably see his feet sticking out or something. I'm like,
yeah, sure. Get his feet.
Go over, and he's just like, I'm like, Cassius, like poke him, and he's like,
Cassius is over.
Well, so we may have a more immediate problem than our big giant friend Cassius, and I slap him in the face.
So during
not a gentle slap, not like a.
So there is a whole point to this. So I thought so while he's like fainted, he's basically having like a vision, and like
let's see. So make a medicine check if you're like down for a while.
Yeah. So it's up to you. I mean, I can roll to see how long he's out for, but essentially like for
not terrible.
Yeah, but essentially what's happened is that obviously as he's been
just a hypochondriac.
No. So what's happened is as he's been out with the group and stuff, learning more about the world, because his mother is a magical person, essentially like someone who did magic. He did like try to learn stuff, but was never quite ready to do it. So he's like kind of like having this vision in his head at the moment, where he's like imagining his like home, and there's like nobody there except like his mum, and he's like wakes up and he's like, what the hell, and walks on over, and he's sort of like all wobbly because it's like a vision, so like that weird like wobbliness to it, and his like mum turns to him and says like, you have come far, my son, and it is maybe time to unlock that potential inside you which you have yet to seek. And he's like, what do you mean? And like you just see like her put a hand on his chest, and it's like, I guess it would be like green energy just blasts from his hands, and his eyes go like bright gold. And then like after X amount of time from this point, so I don't know how long he's been out for, but he just wakes up and just like like that, like on
Bloody
the floor.
Hell!
Yeah, just like wakes up like.
Well,
like,
what? You okay?
Like breathing really heavy, like he's like,
what happened?
I believe he's leveled up.
He's like he's just catching his breath like, and he's like, goodness me. It's like, that was quite the, I don't know what that was. Something's happened, and like he like puts his hands out in front of him like that, and like they just sort of start glowing, and he's just like, interesting.
Definitely cast Sacred Flame. And just be like, oh.
Yeah, it's like it's just like
praise."
it's just like whoa, and he's like, it's just like, I think I know why I feel so warm. You know, it's like I it's just so confused, but like,
Dragon too?
You gave us quite the fright there.
Something tells me, and like he pulls out the whip, and the whip's got like the green stuff engraved in it, all just glowing. The whole thing's just glowing with energy, and he's just like, I think my mother must have
Touched
spelled
me.
but must have done something to this weapon. So it must have been like locked away potential. I don't know what I've done to merely access this thing, but I just had a vision of my mother, and suddenly like all the spells and things that she tried to teach me as a youngster it's all coming back to me now. Like this feels very weird. Like my whole body is tingling.
I guess with vague magical knowledge that I have, not really my kind of thing, because I'm a cleric, but we ask, like, is your mother still with us?
It's like,
Cassius?
to my knowledge, yes. I mean, it has been months since I've been home, but
Wasn't a vision from beyond the
no,
veil.
this was almost like a memory locked in my head, like planted.
Interesting.
Unlocked
be the
potential, you
time.
say?
Yeah, he
Can
like
I,
stands up.
Can I roll an arcane check? Because this could be, obviously, just from history of my father and everything, being a warlock, might be able to
Yeah.
just roll off. I only get one, so what would be? Not bad. 14. Would I kind of have an idea of what might be happening?
I mean, this is his skill. Like he's an Eldritch Knight, so there's definitely going to be. If you've got some indication of that, then it's to do it. But it's not necessarily warlocky in the sense. It's not like
You
you
haven't made a pact to a deity or
no. So it's like there are elements of it, but it's not directly like, oh, he's got a demon or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's essentially a lot of it is more based on wizard spells, which is what is not.
It's kind of more wizard, but you learn the magic.
Yeah, so like it's
it being innate.
He learned a lot of it when he was younger, but he was never good enough to cast it. So it was like almost like he needed to like experience things in the real world. And his mother was like, right, okay, when the time is right, you'll know the knowledge, you'll be able to do it. So he's like, in character, he's remembering spells slowly as he goes through the adventure because he's like tried to learn a lot. Obviously, didn't succeed at it, and that's kind of how his spells will improve because he'll be like, oh, I remember now, like how to do it and stuff. But there are elements of it where with to do with, I guess, warlocks because you can summon your weapon and things like that. So like weapon pact and things. So,
nice.
Yeah,
cool.
there's crossover and spells.
Yeah,
I don't say anything.
Yeah, I guess he puts his hand on the tree, stands up, and it's almost like nothing
I help him
happened.
up.
Yeah, it's like gets up, and it's like all the fever that he had completely gone. Like he's just like, oh, I just didn't know what this feeling was. And he stands back up, and he's just like, oh, takes himself a minute, like does some breathing exercises, and he's like, onwards, my friends.
Wow, you propped up fast. Are you sure you're ready to continue? Or should we rest?
I feel better than the day I was 18. Let's go on.
Because I probably say like, oh, Amelia, must be your turn next to gain spells.
Spells?
I had spells.
What spells?
Sophia has spells. Now Cassius has spells. You must be the next person to get spells, right?
I don't much dabble in the dark arts or even the magical arts. That's more my father's remit.
I stab people around the throat.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Then Dereliath whispers to Zephyr, coincidence after coincidence. Hey, youngling. Zephyr is just like,
get out of my head.
Yeah, so sort of make a snide.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
make
cool.
A snide.
Yeah.
So the tracks that would lead you on are easy to pick up because now you would be following the
where the guy came
the
from.
hunter's tracks,
Yeah.
basically. So after another 2 hours, about an hour and a half ish, you come to this scene where it's a bit of a clearing on the gentle hillside, and you can see bodies in the snow.
Oh yeah, just one thing that I would do was
Yeah.
what is it again? Vigilant blessing, I think it is. Yeah. It's like every day I can touch someone and it gives them advantage on their initiative roll. So like it defaults to me unless for any reason I'm like that person today.
Sure.
Yeah,
It's
so
scary.
make sure like
Scary.
yeah, when we got up last morning, it's just like bam, vigilance. Yeah,
Nice.
let's get advantage on initiative rolls basically for the first one of the day.
He's got a god light on him, god ray on him the entire time. Like, oh.
So as you approach these bodies, you
I
can
am holy.
see that there are read this. Deep in the woods, amidst the snow-covered pines, you discover remains of 5 militia members. These are members of the town guard militia, who look like and you. There's a bit of splattering of blood and stuff, like, but freshly fallen snow has begun to settle on top of their corpses. It's snowing, but finely snow, yeah, bits and pieces here and there. Bit like it's beginning to spit, as it were.
I guess we'd look.
Can I just see what might have caused the like? Is it like clearly a mace or a sword, or is
Yeah,
it
of course you
like?
can. Give me a medicine check.
Ooh, I've not done one of these before.
Oof.
Oof.
It's time for everything.
Yeah, I do a
Medicine.
medicine check if I'm like gonna look over.
Big fat 0 on that. Oh, I got 9. Not too bad, I suppose.
Oh, he's definitely dead.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk up to the bodies anyway, unless anything happens. To stop
Nothing
me from-
happens.
Oh yeah, so I do a medicine check as well.
Yeah, you can see how
18.
yeah, you can see it more for you, obviously. For you, Amelia, one of their helmets are caved inwards, for instance. For you, Quinn, you can see that this has been like a blunt instrument has been used, because these aren't cuts, they're simple, like, an arm has been crushed.
Oh, like blunt force
things
trauma,
like these.
trauma, yeah.
It's like, yeah, blunt force sort of trauma.
The BLT and the not kind, and not the good kind.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'd probably say to the party, looks like blunt force trauma is what killed them. Might be the giant we're looking for. Although I thought they used spears, from what I've read. I don't know.
We
Could this
should
be
probably
the
scope.
ogre?
I say we should probably scope this place out. Are we there
I
now,
agree.
or are we? I presume to do a medicine check, we also right there.
Oh yeah.
And there's no one in sight that we can see.
No, not at all. You can see more tracks that are leading off deeper into the woods. But that's about it so far.
So this isn't around like a camp or anything. This is just out in the wilderness.
Yeah, in the woods, you can see like there's been a fight.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a scuffle around. There's a bit of earth that's been turned up here and there, sort of thing. Obviously, this has been a battleground for how they're laid out and what's occurred.
Yeah. Okay. We should proceed with caution from here on out. It seems our quarry is not far.
What time is it at this point?
Agreed.
Traveling for 3 hours.
It was 2 o'clock when you set off.
1 o'clock.
It was 1 o'clock when you got there. About 1:30 to 2 o'clock, you had a drink. You got your supplies, you did the church thing. So about 2 o'clock you set out. So yeah, about 3 hours. Well, I'd say about 3 hours of like there's been once or twice where you've had to stop to like identify, oh, is that a track? Let's look at that closely. So 3 hours, 1, 2, 3, 4, so
Basically,
about 4-ish now.
Basically trying to figure out if it's twilight or actually pitch black at this point.
It's pitch. Twilight hours were from 10 o'clock till 2 o'clock.
All right, yes, it's pitch black. Cool. Well, yeah.
Dark enough, yeah.
Had you
There's obviously like a moon up there.
Yeah. So obviously there is,
but-
you can see, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's nighttime. Yeah. So I
How
mean,
many torches do you reckon I got? 1 or 2? Or
He gave you 2.
okay, cool.
I'm carrying 10, just so you know.
Same.
I'll
I did mention earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll light 1 torch.
Somehow.
Okay.
So I can see it
Good night,
because it's
torch.
quite dark for me.
And you do
Normally
this
I
around the
do.
bodies.
Set
Like I say,
fire
you
to the
can
bodies.
see them all in much more stark sort of light now. You can see just the sheer amount of like battle that happened around you.
It's a pretty messy looking scene, I guess. Like still
Yeah,
over the bodies.
this is one of your more messier scenes. I think there is more blood splattered around.
I'm assuming like if their heads
the
got
next bits.
crushed, like it's like properly almost like his head's being pushed into his body or some shit. Like like it's broken
If
off
you
or
so imagine, sure.
Yeah.
They look
Zufira
like
will start going through
heavy.
their packs.
Sure.
And if anyone looks at her to sort of be like, this is disrespectful, she will just be like, they are gone.
I say nothing because I'm probably still a bit distracted by what I'm dealing with, but I'm probably looking at the wounds just to get an idea. Because I like again, I can I?
Oh yeah, I'll pass on the knowledge I get from like my medicine roll.
I was a
Like, they died from this
yeah.
trauma kind of thing.
Is it possible to figure out what type of weapon? Because I spent my entire life around weapons.
Sure.
Is that insight?
Yeah, you can do an insight to see how things line
Insights
up.
for social stuff.
Well, it is
Okay.
social stuff, to be honest. If
Weapon
you've
would be
got-
like investigation, I think.
Yes, good
Investigation
point.
sounds right.
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, investigation then.
15.
Sure, you can see that this was done by quite a sizable, probably a club of some sort.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, okay. So Cassius is like looking at like the helmet dents and like where the biggest like crushing of stuff is, and he's just like, this was done by quite the club, quite possibly a great club. Looking at the marks left on the armor by this, as you can see, the dent here is quite significant, and that's not going to be done by your usual type of club. We must be very careful. If this is the giant himself or an ogre that's using this is quite the formidable weapon.
Indeed.
He's like carries on, sort of just looking, just sort of sees Zufira looking at the packs, like having a little
Yeah.
gander.
Do I find any
but
rations or any money?
Yeah, you can find about 4 gold between them all. Each of them has just a single ration, as if they were not expecting to be out here long at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. She'll take the 4 gold and tap Quinn on the shoulder and
Okay.
kind of clap it into her hand. She goes, "This is for the town," and walk away.
Oh yeah.
But
I say thank you.
she'll hand each of the others a ration as well.
Nice.
got a lot of rations going on.
Thank you, Zafira.
They won't be
Cassius
making
nods.
use of it without here to survival.
Indeed. Waste not, want not.
Sounds straight.
This place is not being kind to many that have ventured outside of the cities or the towns. It would seem.
Okay.
Mhm.
Let
You
us
start to
proceed
move
with
off?
caution.
Yeah. So another time passes by. Who's in front?
We're going with
Zufira
the
again.
usual.
If they're in front,
Yeah.
tracking.
Probably
Wait,
go
you
You can
second,
assume
to be
because
fair.
in the wilderness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the order is out of that. I know that Zufira's in front. Is it then Quinn and then?
It's usually Amelia at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of near the front.
All right,
Sure, I'll go in the back. Why
Cassius
not?
in the
Yeah,
middle.
I'll go. Yeah.
If we do like a single line, if we're doing like 2 by 2, I guess me and Sophia at the front,
Yeah.
Cassius and
Yeah, I'll be at the back
Me at
with
the back.
Amelia. That's fine.
it's because you have more range with your whip,
Yeah.
and we need
14
Sophia at the front to
plus
scout
5,
Yeah.
20.
and be your rangery, trackery person.
Um, Sophia, what's your armor?
Armor class is 14.
You
Okay.
get hit by a snowball.
Uh-oh.
So as you're walking along, trudging through the snow, all of a sudden this snowball just hits you on your side shoulder, like on your right shoulder, and you're like, what's your first reaction? Now this isn't a big snowball. This is a wee little snowball. It is very tiny.
Immediate surprise and shock at first, and then sees the snowball and looks to the source of where it came from. Can I perceive anything?
You can see another little snowball flying towards your face.
Ew.
Can I duck?
No, it hits you.
What?
Gets you
You guys
square
can
on
see
the nose.
Huh.
And
Who's there?
what you can see
The squirrel.
is there is this little green form jumping on a rock up and down, and it's waving its arms at you. If I could find a picture.
Do you say a thorn? I can't remember what it's called. A fawn, fern.
Fawn, isn't it? FAWN?
Like a plant?
Fawn, yeah,
or
yeah.
No,
like a
it's
beard?
a little being. This is you would know them, Zafira, as Chewingas. I wish I had a better picture. I can't find it.
Greg
Chewingas,
doesn't know
yeah.
that. Let's
No,
see.
Greg doesn't.
Twixes.
Chewingas.
How do you
How do you spell that? This is a Chewinga. Yeah. They are nature spirits.
Chewinga. I
Yeah.
still don't know that, but
Sounds
easier to
like a
Google.
drink.
A Chewinga
Chewinga.
is a tiny elemental spirit that lives in plants, rocks, and rivers far from civilizations. These, found in cold climates, also live in ice and snow. Painfully shy, Chewingas prefer to move about unseen. Chewingas resemble 6-inch tall animated dolls with
That size
with mask little faces, spiny limbs, and wild hair. Their appearance is sometimes foreshadowed by gentle breezes, the sweet smell of flowers, dancing fireflies, or snowflakes. In this case, he threw a snowball at you to get your attention.
Right. She bends down, grabs a hunk of snow, and throws it right back at him.
All right, give me a. Go on, throw your snowball then.
She knows that he means no harm, but
Yeah.
he got her, and she's gonna get him back. So
Okay.
this is a dex check.
No.
Just a straight up.
Wouldn't it be
Like a
strength?
roll for an attack, or
It's dex, I reckon.
Oh, okay.
Give you. It's like a fight. It's like doing bow and arrow. For
I guess it's
instance.
throwing something.
right,
in it.
I'll just do a
Yeah, it's
longbow
fine.
for the sake of this.
Yeah, sure. Is it the
14.
same there? 14. Ah, the snowball misses it narrowly, and it jumps. It looks like it's not got the right reaction from you, and it jumps behind the rock, jumps down and behind the rock. I'll try to find a picture for you guys because it is interesting. What do you do?
Then Dereliah says, "Ho there, gentle spirit. We mean no harm. Zufira was simply trying to give you as good as you gave."
Ho ho ho! Santa Claus is coming to
Probably
town.
say something to the same effect. We're like 5 foot
Here's
apart
a
anyway.
good here's a good one. This is a Chewinga making
Please, gentle
like
spirit.
a little snowman of its own.
Oh, it's like a fucking Korok.
Yeah, they are very small creatures.
Like the bad guy in
Here's
Zelda.
another one holding a fork.
That.
You can see they are tiny little things. I got the impression they were like 3 apples high, which is the same height as Smurfs. Because Smurfs are actually 3 apples high. I don't know how I knew
Interesting
that.
way of measuring them. And
Yeah.
which kind of
Yeah.
apple? Are we talking like Granny Smiths? Or are we talking little green ones?
Your average apple.
What about a cooking
Does it
apple?
respond to dead and derelives? Cool.
Oh. Spirit to spirit, so I guess it does poke its head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pokes its head out. You know that these things are ridiculously shy, and it just takes a few steps out from behind the rock, and then like waves again, but it's like waving at your spirit instead of you.
Zufira rolls her eyes, and then Derelive says, "Oh, well, hello there, little one. My name is Denderaliath. Brings you out here." And you all see a little, almost like there's like a kick up of what looks like powder snow swirl around Zufira that coalesces onto the floor. And you see what looks to be like a sort of a large dog-sized dragon just shimmering, almost like you can see snow landing. It's not quite there, but as it takes a step forward, this thing, let me get my description. I wasn't expecting to do this now. It's like a white dragon with no sort of pupil. Wait, wrong
blue
dragon.
eyes.
No.
Wrong
So it's about
dragon.
4.5 feet long, including the tail, which is about half of its length. It's got a sort of a flattish snout with 2 raised nostrils and tufts of white fur on its chin and shoulders, and 2 bony white horns protruding from either side of the head. As it kind of coalesces, you see him take on a more solid form. And Zufira is like, "What?" She did not expect this, but steps gently padding through the snow towards the creature and stops, you know, he doesn't want to scare the creature, but bows his head to the snow.
Okay, it mimics. It does exactly the same. Throws its hands like out and does like the bow sort of thing like this and back up again. And it just points in the same direction that you guys are going, and it does a little like there sort of thing.
Oh, we are heading in that direction. We were tracking some large human-type folk, giant or some such.
It does like a little clap of the hands.
Yes. Well, you are safe out here, little one. Is there anything we can do to assist you?
It turns and looks and goes, you guys, it's not talking, but it's like, I show you where go, kind of thing.
Oh, and then they turns back to the group and goes, "Well, I believe we have recruited ourselves a guide of sorts."
And it all of a sudden it rushes up to the dragon and it puts out its arms like this in a like lift me up kind of motion.
Dende has no hands to pick up with, but he's quite low to the ground, so it can just jump on him.
Okay. There's a little like spring. It jumps on the dragon's back.
It's a me.
And the Tringa like claps its hands in like joy.
I mean, he's just taken aback by this whole situation. A white
Like,
dragon
what's
forming
like, drink?
a whatever this thing is just like
A lot of
okay.
weird stuff.
You're like,
Yeah,
the good
this
mead
is-
really is the good mead.
Yeah, I'm starting to question what was in that. I probably turned to Quinn as I was like, yeah, what was in that? That mead. Are you seeing this too?
I say yes, I am seeing this too. I believe this is one of the nature spirits here. He gave me some information. What did he call them? I guess I'd say the little people, because I got.
That's it. The little people. These are those.
Yeah, so I'd say it's. I believe this is one of the little people, the nature spirits of this area. I don't think this would be to do with the meat.
No,
Sophia won't be able to see them at all.
Well.
It's very real. It's a chwinga. It's a fey spirit. Very, very, very lucky for us to see one. Many people go many lifetimes without seeing such a thing. And the other one is the dragon I've been telling you about. Told you he was real.
This is quite the day
What did he
indeed.
say to the dragon?
This has been the strangest of days.
Nice to finally see you.
Oh, well, I
feel
I've
like
been
bedtime
seeing
is
you
long
this whole
overdue.
time.
The
Nice to put
Tringa,
a body to the voice.
kind of like
Took me some time to form a strong enough bond with Zufir. I think she was reluctant and bit scared of my presence, but as time passes, it seems that I'm able to take form once more.
I understand the importance of a bond.
Ugh.
the
Did you know such permission? Don't worry.
Yeah. Right. The fuck?
Oh yeah, I'm all about this. I understand bonds.
the little Tringa on the dragon looks at you, Zafira, and does like a little hand gesture to say, "Come closer."
Chucks another snowball in your
Yeah.
face.
Zufir very skeptically takes a step closer and another step and another step.
And as you're closing the distance, as it's holding up its hand, you see like a little spark of white electricity go between its fingers. If it had fingers, a little
Gives you the shock.
end of the hand, and
Shocking
you
grasp.
feel and you feel like something pass in you. Pick a number from 1 to 7.
What?
You die.
Like we have died.
6.
Surely.
Yep.
All right. If I was a crawl GM, that is the voltage of the electric shock times 6. Right.
Zafira dies.
You died.
Yeah.
This is in your private chat, Greg. I will give this to you for you to use at a later
This
point.
is like
okay?
one of those choose your own adventure books that you're like, oh, I want to play with the fun little thing, and it kills you, and you're like, oh, game over. Go back to the start.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
They've always bull.
is this a physical object that it's given her? This because you said the electricity, but it's like something she just has now.
Yeah, you just have this innate like knowledge of how to use what you've been given.
Is it a pair of stilts so she can be taller?
Taps her head for a second. It's like, thank you, but secretly she's like, all these fucking spirits fucking with my head.
The trigger like claps at you again, and then goes like this and points.
Okay,
like
nice.
onwards. Yeah. It's having fun. These things are little like joyous fun things.
During this period, like while this is going on, Cassius has made he picked up some snow. He's gonna chuck it at the back of Zufira's head.
Make an attack roll, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
I'll give you
Matrix-
advantage because
Matrix
she's a bit
dodge.
distracted.
Yeah. Attack roll, did you say?
Yeah. This is
so
a
what does
surprise
that
attack, so take advantage.
Do I just use the whip or like? No, it'd be with the crossbow.
What
Wouldn't
you
it?
say?
I use the crossbow. 14 or 19.
Yeah, it's
So they hit you in the back.
stick, you say? A stick?
No, it's a snowball. It's a snowball.
Okay.
He's made of like a normal size snowball. It's like douche.
Turns around. Insight check. Who did that? Can I?
Yeah, he's like
13 on my insight. Is he like hiding it, or is he like hand outstretched, kind of grinning?
he's probably laughing. I think it's more just like, he's. I don't
Immediately,
know why
instantly gets revenge by
Powderized.
pointing him out.
Bends down,
Yeah.
picks up another snowball, and throws it at Cassius. Let's see. Where's my longbow? 19.
Hits him square in the face.
Yeah, she aims square between the eyes.
Nice.
Seeing this, Amelia
starts laughing.
Go on. I was going to say, Amelia, seeing this, picks up a snowball and throws it at Quinn.
What's this turned into?
I assume this now just goes on for some time.
Yeah, it's like the Tringer's clapping and like doing a little laughing.
It's
all
like
the time.
14.
Joins into.
Yeah.
There's
I
like
mean,
tiny snowballs flying around.
Yeah, I think
Get
it's
out
more
of the
just
system.
it's it's kind of been a weird fucking day, and they're just kind of like having a bit of a laugh.
You're like,
That's
learn how
really
to
weird,
play.
though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've all been on high alert for so long. The tension is just like.
Yeah.
Definitely hurts like a
Wow.
sacred flame in my hands.
Melted in the snow.
Yeah.
Burning radiance fire in my hand. Be like, does anyone really want to do that again?
I just chuck. I'm just chucking about whoever at this point. Like, goes on for a little bit.
Make an attack roll.
Yeah, sure.
Beer is going into full paintball mode, like ducking into the snow and behind boulders. Like,
Try and roll a sacred flame, but I'll be taking it too far.
Yeah, just
Try to do damage to you.
Yeah, just fucking do it. Like, it's funny. Like, I launch a snowball, it just goes past your head, and you just turn to me.
You need to make a dex save, my friend.
A dexterity saving throw. Oh dear!
But luckily, I rolled only 1 on my D8, so I guess you take 1 radiant damage.
he's going gentle.
Yeah.
Not a real
What
attack.
is it? Like a
Just
handout?
Didn't you?
Is it a what's 60 feet? Yeah, okay. I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
So flame like radiance descends. So it's like I kind of imagine it like light just like rains on you.
fog
And,
its hand.
It is like a.
radiant damage on you.
It's like wow.
Damage. That's half of Cassius's HP.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Tank we need. Yeah, I'm just like that's how you win the war.
After that happened, Cassius goes, "Well, that took an interesting turn,
That
but
escalated.
Escalated.
I must say I am feeling much better for it."
That was
Superior's
fun.
laughing.
Yeah.
And
I think
with
we needed that.
snowball fight. We'll take a quick break there for us all.
Yeah.
That's a good
Nice.
plan.
Good choice.
Cool.
Perfect. All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes or so. I think
Indeed.
the video will probably skip a second, but yeah.
Right.
Pause it here if
Skip
you
a
need a
beat.
break.
Stop giving the secrets away, Phil.
So, welcome back, everybody. Our adventurers are trudging through the snow, through the woods. They have inspected the bodies and they have come across one of their first nature spirits they've ever seen, a Tringa. The Tringa has ridden the dragon and led the way. So after another time, another half an hour or so, you come across a set of caves. I will move you all over
We like
to
caves.
the next map. But you can see there are indeed big tracks that are leading into these caves. So there you go, you should be on it now. I've just spaced you out at the bottom here like this. You can see that there's a little bit of a frozen stream on your left. There are 2 sizable logs there as well. I wonder. And yeah, the little Tringa claps its hands and points towards the cave system. It then proceeds to jump off of the dragon, pats the right leg of the dragon, and does like a little bow towards the dragon, turns around to all of you, and then does a bow to all of you as well. Pauses for a moment, and then proceeds to run to the nearest snow drift. And you can just see it like do a little spring dive into the snow.
Nice.
And that's all you see of the Tringer again.
Gone like Kaiser Soze.
Yeah.
Can I just be like
Charming little friend.
as he goes?
I bow. Yep. There it goes.
That was an adventure.
So the trail accumulates at the trail you've been the trail you've been following, and so is the Tringer, accumulates at a rocky hillside with pines growing around its base. Set into the hill are 3 caves. The frozen creek emerges from the west cave, which has a low-hanging mouth. The center cave, an 8-foot-high passage hewed from the rock, is moderately blocked by a tight standing of conifers and 2 massive fallen logs. The northwest cave has a big yawning mouth and flickering of light emanate. You can see a flickering of light coming from the cave. The tracks of your quarry head through this entrance.
Question:
Phil,
what time
question.
is it about now?
5 o'clock.
8 p.m. or like
No, it's earlier than that.
6?
It's
We
about
said
5
4
or 6
hours
o'clock.
faffing around. Probably about 6-ish by now, I would have thought.
Okay.
Phil, just so you're aware, I can't see anything on just black screen for me. I don't know if that's just because of where my token is, or whether I've just not got.
That's because I need to alter your thing again.
You should have 30 with the torch.
30, yeah, with a torch. And 30, I think it's 60 total. I think it's 30 dim light and 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
60
Sophia's back to normal as well.
Which one am I tampering with again? It's
this
Amelia
one, Phil,
is
on the white
the one
background.
with the white background, yeah.
No, I know that. I mean, it's limited field vision, isn't it, or something? Night vision is on.
Be off for
night
me.
Yeah, if we just do it down as night vision, and just set the distance, would be the easiest way.
Yeah, what would be your distance?
60 feet.
60,
let me check the torch.
Torch is 30, isn't it?
Just
30 feet.
2040.
40, yeah. Maybe I should learn to cast light and just stick it on you.
Yeah.
But I need to
Stick
hide.
it on the coin and put it in your pocket.
Yeah. I need to hide. No, you need to be lit.
Of light.
So what am I doing? 40?
Yeah, 40.
Yeah, 2040.
Just do it as 40, because that way you can always just do an arrow out. If it's 20 feet, you'll see it fully. If it's 40 feet, a bit dim light.
Yeah.
All right, how's that?
That's cool. Ideal. Thank you very much, Phil.
All right.
Roll over to this screen.
Okay. So that is what's before you.
Oh, before we start, Greg, did you want to do your shout out? Because now we're seeing the dragon.
We are now seeing Dende's token for the first time. Just a shout out. Where are my notes? Where are my notes? I was expecting. Yeah. Thank you, Miguel C, for the Frost Drake picture. I reached out to him a few weeks ago to use this token for Dende, get permission for this. And I will be putting his ArtStation link in the description. So please go and check out Miguel C on ArtStation, Ion Oxide.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
I will take a proper look at this when it's not so tiny on my screen, but it does look like a dragon.
Yeah. It looks better in the full version, not as a tiny.
Yeah.
It literally looks like as of right now in this square, it looks like a dinosaur. So
an icy dinosaur. Icy
An
sword.
icy dinosaur. Which, if you want that idea for free, Miguel, just do it. Just take it. Have it. It's yours.
Yeah, so that is what you see. What do you do? What do your instincts tell you to do?
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
I divert to
I'll take the
Sophia
tracker,
or
yeah.
Amelia. Yeah,
Uh,
you guys deal with stealthy
You just
stuff.
hit things.
So
I'm
where
just
did
not
what
very
direction did
stealthy.
we
I wear
come
heavy
from?
Actually,
armor.
what I will say, I'll
you
ask.
you've approached from the bottom upwards. Where you are now is where you're approaching from.
Coming from.
You are not this close yet. We'll say this
Yeah.
is just what you can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I
Well,
will
Zafir will probably sort of
say,
walk around the outside just to see. I'm just going to sort of scan with my token to see each area. But you keep going.
I was just gonna ask Quinn if she might be able to share some of her insight, her vision, and I can then douse out the torch.
God
And
woken.
I think at this point we might need to do some scouting, and I feel a torch might give away the position. Would you be so kind as to share your vision as last time? That was most helpful for a human like me.
I say no worries. Halflings also can normally see as well as I do. It is a blessing, Enchante. Yeah, so I like tap you, say a little prayer, and yeah, you can now see 300 feet.
You
So
changed my old token of Rooney, Phil?
Yep, 300.
I hold up the other hand, be like, anyone else? Any of you do? I have one more use.
I say, give it to the one of us that's actually best at exploring these areas. He
Yeah.
points towards
Certainly
the
able to find. I do tend to use a bow before a sword.
Right now I feel my best thing is to stand my ground if any trouble comes at us. I think me moving around like yourself, Quinn, would only attract more attention.
Yeah, do the same thing. Give it to Sophia, but remember, only lasts an hour.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll say I'll do a smidge of a scout just to have a little look. Ski.
Zafir is definitely going to
Which way are you
press
going?
in a little bit.
Seeing as though there's blood already, or well, we can fairly confident, I guess, that the right tunnel is the right tunnel to go down.
It's
on the right.
up to you. You've got the one on the right there is where the tracks are leading.
Yeah.
And then you've obviously got the other two tunnels. It's up to you if you want to explore a tiny bit more.
I'm just
before
literally
you
going to
go
go up to
in.
the mouth, I think, of here.
Okay.
Just to have a little look. I'm really quiet. I'm gonna try and be. I haven't got the light. I've doused out my torch.
Yep.
At this point, so I guess roll
How's your
stealth.
perception?
It's okay. It's more stealth that I'm going for.
I was going to go up and see if I could hear anything.
Yeah.
On the menu, boys.
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just come with you.
Yeah. She's just gonna see if she can hear anything, and as I do, I think I catch a glimpse. I mean, my token has. I don't know if Zufira would necessarily catch a glimpse of what Greg is seeing around the corner.
I just get my hip flask out and go.
Yeah.
It's like, you want some?
I'm
just
like,
waying.
thank you.
Yeah.
What you can see around the
then
corner is you can see it is basically a pen. A wooden fence goes around that and around, and there are just loads of sheep and goat in this pen. You can hear them all, like, making noises to each other and things like that. Yeah, exactly. You can see, the light is more, so there's light coming from inside.
It's Diablo all over again.
I guess we can all probably hear this faintly at this distance because they tend to be pretty loud motherfuckers.
Goats especially.
She'll kind
off the bleating path.
Grab Amelia on the shoulder, bring her back to the group before whispering, a lot of sheep in a big room. We could proceed further down this route, or we could look at some of the other tunnels first. I'll look a little bit further and then head back, and she'll
Sure.
head a little further in. I assume Amelia's
I'll
behind.
just follow. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see
Further in.
a
Okay.
campfire. Okay,
Still
at
out
this
here talking.
point, she's going to stop and do a perception check and see if she can hear anything other than the goats.
I'm just talking about
Breathing.
Shantae
Yeah.
with Quinn.
Oh,
Just,
yeah. While we're
getting the low
drinking
down.
outside.
Yeah, getting the low
Once
down.
they can't see their tokens, I might move a bit closer.
I'll,
It's only
I'll
a
do a
10 on
perception check as well,
perception.
actually.
Yeah, good idea.
Trying
Seeing
to
as I'm
find
with
out a
you,
bit more
might
about
as well.
Deaf girls.
talking about magic.
Okay.
12.
Slightly better than mine.
You can
Yeah.
hear goats. You can hear the crackling of the fire. What can you see? You can see enough in there. There is a bonfire in the middle of the cave that keeps it lit and relatively warm. The scent of roasting meats fills the air as a hunk of meat on a spit drips juices into the fire. Goats and sheep are held in a spacious animal pen enclosed by a crude wooden fence. Other features of the cave include a wooden cart with a broken wheel, 2 old crates, and 2 barrels.
Yeah. I think we found our mead.
Okay, she's going to head back to the group quietly and report on what they saw.
I'm reading a leaflet.
10, yeah, I hand and Cassius a leaflet saying, "So you come into strange magical powers."
Yeah. It's like page 1.
This is what
Why
I
did I get
look
one of
through.
those?
Yeah.
Page 1. So you've started feeling different.
Recently
Energized.
make a legally binding pact with a fae, or like it's like list some things like.
Yeah, it's
What
like,
have you done recently to
Is
have?
this real? Is this in character?
I guess so. Like, I generally think, like, I don't know, would as soon as you want.
Probably like a full-on pamphlet, but I
A
am
cleric
probably
would probably have that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like he's probably quite interested. He's more interested in reading that right now, and forgetting that like,
yeah,
they're
it's
wet.
probably more from the point of view of a cleric.
Yeah, but he's still reading
We're
it.
talking like, so have you been hearing voices? Have you been seeing images? Have you been? Do you feel inbuilt magical, or do you feel like you're formulating equations and like more of like a wizard? And kind of like just like, so which one are you?
Yeah, and he's like, I have all of these things.
Well, it's like personality
chart.
quizzes, say
Yeah.
yes and no until you
Yeah,
get
yeah,
back
like
on.
with the
It's like, and you
no.
are an eldritch knight.
Yeah. He just looks up and he's like, "Oh crikey, I'm pregnant, boys."
Apparently, I'm Samantha from Sex and the City.
I can't roleplay right now. Zufira relays the information.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you relay the information.
Cassius folds up
What do
the
you want to
pamphlet.
do? You have more of. You can see that the hillside, this outcrop, caves and whatnot, it does bend off to the right as well. So you get the impression you could go right to see what's around there. You could go left to see what's around there.
She's definitely going to suggest this. She will say, "I think the ale is in there, but I'm worried there is more to this. I want to know why this friendly, fucking
Schwinger.
race, not a Schwinger, it's a
Vemberg.
friendly
Verbeeg.
Verbeeg has suddenly become violent and thieving. I would like to explore more of this cave before confronting, if possible. Perhaps a little more reconnaissance, Amelia.
I can travel further in with you, but I'm not great at the stealthier aspects of combat. And
perhaps me and Zafira can go in alone for a moment, and should the need arise, we'll come get you.
I was thinking we could try one of these side routes first, or unless you want to check the
side route works for me.
Okay.
Yeah, probably should be next to you.
So let's
carry on going right.
And Dende's going to stay with the loud ones because he tends to be pretty loud himself.
I didn't even know there was more to this page. Fuck, I just scrolled across and he disappeared.
Ende's just like looking. His nose is like next to you with the pamphlet. He's just kind of nosing in.
You've got to explore these.
I'm like,
yeah.
what do you think? Like, and he's just like showing it to him and like.
So which one of these are you?
By the
So
time
what
they
you
get
see here is a half submerged in the icy mire on the bones, skull, and tusks of a long dead mammoth. Beyond these remains is a yawning cave mouth. They do like to use the word yawning a lot. There's a mall or that. There is a bit of artwork here, which looks like this. Kajoosh.
Ooh.
the big mammoth.
Yeah. You can
Wow.
see a cave in the distance there.
Very, for some reason, Zafira is very sus of this mammoth. Can I just like look around? Is she, like, are there any traps? Anything that looks like a trap here, or anything?
If you're taking the time, make a investigation check.
I'll do the same.
Okay.
That's kind of my specialty.
That's 15 for me.
Investigation, you say?
Yeah.
Question number 4, please.
I can find it. There he is.
Oh,
double 15s.
As far as you're aware, there are no traps. Everything looks safe and sound. You do not see any trick wires or hanging counterweights or anything like that.
Okay. Perhaps we will proceed further then, Amelia.
Just a smidge.
Okay. Keep pressing forward.
All right.
Up to this tunnel.
Yeah. It's a
around.
tunnel so far. It's.
Tell me if you need to stop.
You're okay. I would say stop when you get to here.
Okay.
When you start to see what's around. I'll tell you what's
So
in
we're
that,
seeing back into the other room now.
You are, and there's a room up there as well, which is. I think all these are like coordinated. Dave, I can see what you mean as well, but you're like, oh, scan all the way through this list.
Yeah.
In that area to the north of you is a dead end cavern that has a cruelly excavated. What you can only make out so far is just a pit in the middle of the floor.
I go up to the pit and just have a gander in.
Yeah, sure.
Same.
You go up to the pit, and it absolutely reeks. It is
It's a shit
horrible.
pot.
Yes,
It's a shit pot.
essentially,
Lovely.
yes. It's 20 feet deep.
Ugh.
5 foot across.
Emilia kind of resists the urge to throw up.
There's
Constitution
bones
save,
and
let's go.
trash.
I'm going to do a con save, actually.
It's all the.
Zafira pulls her back.
While she's chundering. Oh, nice.
19. That's
okay,
good.
I really do like resist the urge to urge. I'm like,
Okay, you hold your stomach for a minute.
Yeah, that's like ogre shit. That's
Yeah, it's all their trash and rubbish and just mixtures of things in it. It's disgusting.
Goblins and gnomes.
Let's perhaps check out the main cave then. I didn't see anybody in there.
sure.
Let's go. I'm gonna peep my head around the corner. Do I see anyone or anything?
Not yet. It's the same as what you saw from the other side.
Okay, let's keep creeping then. Creep. She's gonna bypass the. Well, actually, no. Let's just head.
Yeah,
Let's bypass and go west. What are you gonna say?
No, it's just like
yeah.
the goats are now watching you. They're meeting and
Nonsense.
bleating towards you, but their little blurry eyes are like looking at you as you're going past.
Okay. She's checking out the west. I can start to see something from here, but I don't know if Zafira can.
Okay, yeah, you can start to make out the outline of a figure. That's for sure.
I tap on Zafira because I can see it too, and I'm like, we should. I think we know where our quarry is. Let's head back and tell the others, or we can check out north a little bit.
One last passage.
Last passage.
One last
Uh-oh.
passage. One head north. I think this is
Well.
probably just going to lead back around to the
Uh,
western
Well,
route.
give me stealth checks.
Yeah,
At
okay.
the moment.
I'll do
That's a
that.
good idea. Come
I
on.
know you can start to see what's there.
Roll the
But
imaginary dice. Fuck, that's
Oh,
not good. That's an
damn.
8.
Just to give you guys some context, me and Quinn are probably like making like snowball golf balls and just like fucking whacking them into the distance. Just weighing like
Come on, guys.
You-
Come on.
you hold your positions there. Because I've just got to check. Got to check a thing.
Yeah, I don't know how long it would take for me to be like, maybe we should go in.
+5 on stealth as well. It should be pretty good, but
I
rolled a
know.
3.
I got +6, so I only got 13.
I can.
Oh, I get advantage. I'm an idiot. I got 17. Sorry.
I don't know about Cassius,
anything.
but I'd probably wait at least like half an hour before I was like,
yeah.
I don't think they've been there very long.
yeah, like
I would wait a certain amount of
I'd be
time,
like,
but
they're
5,
still on
10
their
minutes.
mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't like leap in doing anything that was like weird.
yeah, I mean, if we start hearing stuff, we probably would.
Have you got
Oh,
a
yeah,
score?
totally.
Am I right in
Leap
thinking
in.
you got a score the same or greater?
No, the person who gets the lead, you take the person's the
Kind
person
of like
with
the average
lowest
of the
score.
two.
No,
So-
Probably
not
the lowest score,
that. I'm talking about
Absolutely,
like your lowest one, 8 there. If something is, if you're stealthing around and it's got a passive perception, have you got to get the same or greater than that?
Same.
I would
Same,
say
like,
if,
it'd be the same as AC.
Yeah,
Fucking lucky
like
if,
armor.
if
fella.
He's
perception,
18,
yeah,
he's
if
18 to
perception
hit.
meets the stealth check, then you would probably notice them, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Certainly get an inkling
That's what
anyway.
I do.
You'd be like, who's there?
You might start to stir or something.
So you mean if it has a passive, for instance, if it's got a passive perception of 10 and you roll stealth 10, it
Yeah, it's the
notices
same as
you.
armor.
Yeah,
It's the
with,
same as
yeah,
armor.
with C,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not
In
hit.
character, by the way, like
No,
obviously
of
the
course.
token can only move one square at a time, but she's in character. She's sort of peeking around the corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, so AC
Okay,
is
or in
18
that
to
case,
hit.
you hear something stir and like grunt in this area here.
Giant
Once
cheese,
something
whatever it's
begins to
called.
shuffle towards where you are.
Which way is
She's
it
gonna
coming?
very
Can we like make
quietly-
out if it's coming from the top or the
quietly and
bottom?
Yeah,
slowly
from the
stealth
top.
back.
From the
Okay.
top.
I kind of got to sphere and like no, like
She's quietly, slowly
go.
walking back, like as doing like speed stealth walking as fast as she can.
Speed
If
stealth
that's
walking.
allowed, like tell me if I need to stop, but she's gonna do this all the way back to the other two.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
Yeah, okay.
assume Dender
Yeah,
Alive is
okay.
still with us. I don't know whether he went with you.
Yeah.
or he's just chilling with us.
Yeah.
And
Can he talk?
yeah, of course he can.
Yeah, he's been chatting with you guys.
Yeah,
No, I meant like, can he like be like, no, she's in trouble.
Oh right, sense.
She's
Let me
fucked up."
actually check my psychic class because that's a good question.
Yeah,
I
can
don't
she
think
sense
we
it?
have a psychic
He,
connection.
sorry.
Like, I like the way I've role played it is they do, but I don't know if like I don't want to take powers that I don't have. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I don't think there's
Yeah.
anything about like shared vision.
I was thinking
So,
that'd be a
like-
really useful thing when we're doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like,
I'll
so like she's
What's
they've
that,
got a
lassie?
connection and they're
Sophia's
tied to one
stuck
another.
down the well.
yeah.
But like in character wise, like she's had this thing kind of floating around her head in a spectral form, but he still has his own form and his own vision,
Yeah.
and he speaks, and they don't share vision. So no.
Yeah,
Now that he's got a physical form and he's with us, is he still technically in her head, or is this like it's manifested from her head into
No,
like?
she's been explaining it as he's in her head, but like yeah. So
Yeah, I got you.
right
yeah,
now
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not in her head.
Yeah.
He was his own being
Yeah,
beforehand.
but now he's visible to us. He's manifested as a
Yeah.
thing.
That was just my way of bringing him in.
Yeah.
while he
I got
couldn't
you.
be
he
manifested.
existed long before.
He had
this
to
event
rest to
happened,
get the energy to create that.
Well, it's more about forming the because he's almost like a parasite. He's like a spirit who's like attached itself to Zufira and is
A yokai.
kind of drawing on her strength to become corporeal, but also giving her strength and knowledge and
Yeah.
such. But
I
yeah,
guess
they
we
but
are.
see- Yeah, I guess we see you come back from one of the directions.
So we're pretty sure we found our quarry, but also pretty sure he knows we're here.
I don't know if
Yeah.
we.
How
Aware of our
something.
presence, I think, if
is
nothing
he
else.
coming now?
Well, maybe.
Listen out. Can we hear him
Yeah.
approaching? I mean, he didn't see us. He just heard
Yeah.
something.
You don't hear anything approaching. As you
Okay.
pause
Over
for like
everything.
a good minute or so and listen out, and you don't hear anything approaching.
I
Maybe
don't think he saw us. I
we-
mean, there's a lot of goats back in there. Could have. I think we're okay for now.
do we want
But,
to try talking to whoever it is? I don't know if that's a dangerous move.
He's still Mead.
But did he steal it, or do we think it could be?
Well,
I
I've been out
mean,
here with you the whole time.
I feel like there's more to this story, but we haven't found the answers just yet.
Cassius
there's
is at this
one
point.
more
Is like,
goat we haven't taken.
well,
And she points over the logs.
Yeah.
And there's
over
another
here?
route up the frozen river.
Yeah, there's
We
two
can
routes
certainly
out taking
try.
it.
Should
Yeah,
we take the
still
frozen
happy
river
to wait.
first?
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I assume the
one more
two
little-
routes on the right link together. Then
And immediately going up this route, I see something at the end.
Yeah, you can see another figure up there. It's not the same figure as you saw, but you know it's a ways off. You just can see bloody far.
Looks at Amelia and then heads to check over the logs instead. Are these? She can like climb over these, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. I mean, they're covered in snow and everything, but you can just slip
Yeah.
over them.
All right. Heading up
So
here.
hold there, and I'll tell you what's there.
Yep.
What we
Dead
are.
bodies.
We're V8. This is a 8-foot high, 5-foot wide passage, has a dozen burial notches carved into the walls.
Ooh.
As you look at these, this is a human burial site that's been carved into the hillside, and you can see various bones. Where are we? Yeah, you can see. Oh, right, that makes sense. You can see, yeah, just bones and skulls in the notches, niches.
Okay.
We're stuck between
Look to Amelia.
two opponents. I feel this is not a. This could be dangerous.
Let's just look ahead briefly. I'm just gonna poke her head around the corner here.
Yeah. Where are we at now? Okay, these bits. Yeah, you can see these are stone worked walls that just carve around like that. This is what V9. This is a natural tunnel that dissects a ring-shaped excavation in this area. To which this you can make out as probably once an addition to the burial chamber. You can start to see that there are more niches cut out in the north end of the outer ring, but they don't seem to hold anything in there.
Question. Can I deduce whether or not this wall is a separate wall to the other two chambers, or is this all one big chamber? Or is this kind of separate?
You can see how this is like a cave system that it's really hard to discern which came first. But these walls look like they've been broken into this more carved system by the looks of it, judging by the map there.
So it's quite clear these are connected to all these tunnels, all three of them.
Yeah, you get that. Yeah, this is one single cave system so far.
I'm not sure we'll find the answers here. I think we need to either talk or fight our way out of this one.
She's gonna head back. She's nodding and heading back to the group.
There's a flashback, and it's like me chucking the boomerang and Dendar Earth chasing it. Like, go on.
Nice.
this
What
time.
have you been doing just to pass the time?
Just random things. Every time we go back to it, we're just doing different things.
What are you doing?
It looks up and it's like catches the boomerang out of the air. Like,
So, I believe we have two opponents, or, well, two entities in this tunnel. I presume one being the ogre and the other being the Berg?
for vegan, for Berg.
Verberg. Giant. Let's go with giant. I don't know which is which. It was hard to see. I feel like the Verberg we might be able to talk to. The ogre almost certainly not.
I am all for just trying to get some kind of discussion going, but I fully accept that this could turn south quite fast.
My only concern is fighting both of them at the same time. Having a conversation opens that opportunity. I feel if we are to do this, we're going to need to strike from the shadows and take one down whilst the other is not there. I noticed the
divide and conquer sounds good to me.
I think the tunnel on the left gave the better opportunity to strike without being
I
seen.
agree with your assessment. However, if we were to try and approach this more diplomatically, I should suggest that if we did that, approach from the left and try to speak to this Verbeeg, if he were to turn violent, we would have time to take him down before the ogre could reach us.
I believe
between.
it's hard to know which was which. I think the Verbeeg might be the one. Do I know anything about ogres? Are ogres generally...
Well, we heard the
dumb,
loud
stupid.
ogre steps.
Yeah, you hear loud ogre steps. They're big, they're dumb, they're stupid.
Okay.
Kind of creatures.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
what?
so it's...
I believe the ogre was the one on the right, so the Verbeeg is on the left, I think. I didn't quite see them fully.
I guess it's a guess either way. Should we try the left tunnel? I think the left tunnel is the better one for taking an ambush anyway. If we are to go down that route.
Volunteer himself and just say, I am more than happy to try to speak to this creature. If you would like to set up some kind of trap in case it gets
my charisma sucks.
Sure.
I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
I almost kind of now wanted to go back up that thing to see if that tunnel did link up. See if you come down from the other side, but it's all good.
The Mead's safe, so like I
think they will.
Whatever.
Yeah, I will.
I'll heal you guys if you get knocked down.
I will start walking. You said the left path, so I'm gonna start walking in this direction.
He claps Cassius on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Be ready if he turns violent. All of us, we should be ready to hit hard.
I'm gonna wait at the
before the ogre arrives.
Yes,
I'm gonna wait about 40
see what
feet.
happens.
Yes.
I want to be about 40 feet behind Cassius.
Yeah, he says to the group, "He's like, do you wish to get yourselves into a position before I make contact?"
We can certainly try.
We should
I
stay
have no idea.
as far away from the right as possible. The ogre was on the right, so if we can stay in this left tunnel, it will buy us time if he hears and starts approaching.
He looks at Quinn, who's...
I'll stay on the right-hand side.
He looks at Quinn. It's like, if you can keep your eyes open and give us some kind of signal if you see anything, that would be great.
So I'll take my position on the right-hand side.
All right, and Quinn's gonna walk down here. You're starting to see more of this, and if he starts to see something, he's probably gonna get to about like here.
Yeah.
And just sort of.
Are you just walking, or you?
Yeah. I'm just walking. I mean, I've got heavy armor on.
So at this point, because obviously,
I would say about 40 feet behind.
This steps around and looks down. And this is the giant you've been after, is it? The Verbeeg.
Yeah.
Verbeeg. And it says, "Hey, who goes there?"
I put my hands in the air like this, and I'm just like, Hello, friend. My name is Cassius, and I have heard that there is a bee who's very friendly living in this area who may have had something to do with taking some mead or some drink or supplies from the local town. I merely come to find information on what is going on. I mean you no harm.
At this point, you can see that he is holding a spear in
Yep.
his hand,
Yep.
and they look like this. This is a representation of one of them.
Ooh.
That's kind of like what they look like. I like the big friendly giant sort of
Yeah.
vibe I get.
If he doesn't say anything back, I'll just say, just so you're aware, I am not alone. There are others here with me. They're further down the cave. We're not looking for a fight, but we are trying to find out what is going on between I believe yourself and the local village of Goodmead. They've been telling us that maybe you have taken some of their supplies. I don't know how smart this dude is.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking myself. Let's actually just.
I have to say, does he have an intelligence score?
I was just thinking that. He's not the smartest of people.
Okay.
I have mead. I have plenty of mead here. He goes on to say,
stand down, Quinn, stand down.
He's like, I have all the mead I could drink for me and my friend.
Did you perchance take the mead without asking the town? We're just trying to find out if it was you yourself that took this or someone else that may have taken the goods we're looking for.
The mead was given to me.
By whom?
Well, my friend went out and got it, and he got a bit riled up, but he got it.
Okay.
And you can see this bear
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah.
And he just puts like a hand out, and the bear kind of like settles for a minute.
Yeah.
I like a good rug in my mead hall.
Jesus Christ. I say to him, your friend may have taken supplies that do not belong to him. I'm sure that we could come to some understanding, and maybe at least stop this from happening again.
What do you mean? He says these were entitled to me. I was told I could have them.
Oh, did your friend tell you that you could have these?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Your friend, I may have taken goods that were meant to be delivered to a different town, but I don't know what's happened, what the mix-up is. But we're just trying to find out why your friend took them in the first place.
Oh, but he's you can see this wash of am I saying too much at this point?
Yeah.
My notes are so good.
Can you give me a how are you playing this? Are you trying to put on charm or
No, I'm being absolutely 100% honest with him.
Sarah can hear this. She's like ready knocking an arrow
Yeah,
at this point.
I'm being 100% honest with him because I can't see what they're doing because I'm in front of them. So
fine.
to me, I'm literally just trying to get the
I'm
information.
getting
I want to see. Give me a persuasion check to see how well you're doing
Yeah,
at
sure.
this. Because
Persuasion,
you gauge that you are more intelligent than he is.
Yeah.
the last 2 notes of a
Oh
bow.
dear.
That's a 3, folks at home.
Yeah, it's a 3.
Oh yeah, I'm on the screen now. Everyone can see it.
He starts to frown and goes, why should I be telling you so much? I was entitled to these goods, these meads. I was
Can I
told
hear-
I could have them.
Can I hear this conversation presumably run?
You
Right,
can
Yeah,
hear it.
You can
You're not being
also
quiet.
give me a perception
I-
check as well, please.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think
Please
at this
roll high.
point, Cassius is going to know that like things are going to get quite bad.
Oh,
nice.
wow.
Nat 20.
Okay, 2 things for you.
Yeah.
Oh wow, 8.
You hear and then see a figure quickly dart
Right.
up these northern stairs. Okay. This figure is wearing. They're wearing armor, like full plate armor,
Ooh.
and then there is a dash of red. What you can only make out of his face, and you can just see the tips of 2 horns that come back over his head, like that.
Oh shit.
And then you can
I can do
also
the same
hear heavy trudging coming down where the goats are.
Right.
This is a way off, but there's like big plods coming through the cave.
At this conversational point,
With this
Oh, go on.
happening, I dart around the corner. For starters.
Yeah, where'd you go? Move your token.
Sorry, yeah. I'm gonna just dart around here to here. I think that's enough movement.
Okay.
And I say real quickly,
You up a
so
little
I'm aware that we're on a timer. And I say, my friend, I'm sorry to intrude. However, you have been played. There is a demon in this cave, and the ogre not only took what was not belonged to him, he murdered, he murdered. How many bodies did I see, corpses wise?
Yeah, oh
5
god,
on the
it was 5 out there. Yeah.
He murdered 5 folk in order to grab the mead that you now hold, and with that, we are going to bid you adieu. Do with that as you please. And then I say we got to go now.
Yeah.
And I start fucking bolting downwards if I can, or however far I can get without winning around.
You can just go. Oh, that's interesting.
I mean,
Do you want me to roll persuasion, by the way?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's probably a shout. Actually, try and persuade him and just let him know.
Do I have?
I can understand that you're getting for your teammates take persuasion towards the giant.
The giant, yeah.
Oh
yeah, sorry.
Cassius knows this conversation's gone south. Like at this point, he's like, I don't think this guy believes me. I need to leave. Like I'm not in a.
Yeah, you can do persuasion, sure.
I'm just thinking. I feel like I had advantage, and I think it's because I took something, but I can't remember what it was.
I don't know if I've given you.
Is it because you took good mead?
I feel like it was something. It might just be a hide check. I feel like it was something I picked. Oh, persuasive and deceptive. There we go. Personality trait. I can't remember what they do. Persuasive and deceptive. So, persuasive, is that advantage? I'm pretty sure it is. I can't remember. Persuasive. Oh, it's not going to tell me.
Having a look.
It's a personality trait because you get asked what to do with them. I know I took. I have got both of them right here.
They've just given you the proficiencies.
Oh, it might be. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
If it's a background thing, then they do give you your proficiencies, but I don't think it's advantage.
No, fair enough. So I just take persuasion roll.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. 8.
You get 8. You can see that, but because you've come around the corner at such a speed,
Yeah.
he's now leveled his spear at you guys in just a defensive stance at the moment.
Yeah, as soon as
So
I
he's been
see,
riled up a bit.
as soon as I see Amelia like run away, I'm exactly the same because I'm like, this is not a good place to be. No, I don't want to fight in this cave. I start like running after.
Yeah, these heavy footfalls are getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Probably say like to try and like hold a bottleneck.
Yeah,
So you can bottleneck them to like a 10-foot gap. Only one of them can
yeah.
attack us.
So
all the
I'd probably
time.
run back down this way, then and come down to where these two are stood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Zufira
probably
will-
like here would be a good shout.
Oh, okay.
The front row's here, then we can bottleneck them.
Bush.
How are we doing it? Amelia at the front is how we're doing this.
Coming.
The rogue at the front, then.
It's only because I
They
only
will
got
hold
so
the
much
line with
movement.
Cassius.
Yeah.
Um,
So Cassius and
you can. Where is
If
it?
she's there, then I'll probably just stay.
You hear a low rumble
I'll
coming
go
from
from
Dende's
here to
throat.
like
Just
here.
a warning growl.
You can hear this. So as you're taking up positions, you can hear this big like shouting voice saying, "Me, friend," like that.
what? More work?
Yeah.
Going on
Hey.
here.
You enemy.
And
Oh,
the
Christ!
verbal comes down to here,
You fucking killed
Ah.
like
and
half
then this
those
comes to
people.
here.
No,
Well,
it's more the fact
probably
you've
not exactly.
antagonized him. I was like,
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm ready to
like
throw down.
Well, we moving up.
I just
think
realised
so.
what the thing is.
So
I just sorry.
The ogre goes, what are these people doing here? They shouldn't be here. Do I smash? And he waves the club at you guys,
Like, you
and he's
stole the
waiting.
mead.
And he's
Oh,
waiting for like
Quinn
his
can't hold
friend
it
to
anymore.
say,
Yeah, I'm annoyed. Fucking killed our speaker.
yeah,
Killed loads of people.
that's enough diplomacy for tonight.
Yeah, I don't care.
Tried.
I guess I just shout out before because I know this is a lost cause. I just say, "You've killed innocent people. Why? Why?" Just at the ogre, I guess. What I assume is the ogre.
Some people just want to watch about burn,
Yeah.
Master Bruce.
it's like, oh, I was told to. And it's
Oh,
good.
there really is somebody else in this cave then. Oh shit. Oh, I with that, I guess I'll see what happens because like,
I will kill them afterwards. Fine.
Christ, you sound like me when we're playing Civ. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Are you engaged? Are you
No,
assume
I'm not.
training,
I'm
or-
still moving back. I'm going to continue to move
okay?
back.
So you're edging back.
I am ready to engage.
Okay.
I say now is not the time.
I will just.
I
I'm like, don't
I
wanna
basically.
fight,
How do I do this? I've got 6 seconds basically before I bolt. I'm going to say, "There's a demon in here. We got to go now." And with that, I run another 30 to 60 feet away.
Sure.
I
Yes,
gonna-
Zufira will turn and start running as well then.
I gotta see what Quinn does. I think. I don't want. I'm not gonna leave Quinn on her
Look
own.
back to the others to see if they're following.
I mean, if everyone's leaving, guess I'll leave.
I've given
I'm
you a
kinda
bit of a
thinking-
tidbit there.
We're just delaying the inevitable. I'm kinda
Not
just like, well,
necessarily.
let me just do it now. Yeah,
If you stand and fight, I will fight. It's basically like This is all in
yeah,
your hands.
I'll back out with.
Yeah.
I can't just like we'll just have to come back in here anyway.
You may well
The-
do,
the-
but
The ogre like laughs at you guys as you're obviously like making your way out. He goes,
Oh.
Do I Marty
scared of us."
McFly this?
Yeah.
Nobody calls me chicken.
It's like, yeah,
Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, I'll back out for now with these guys.
Zufira just hears about this demon and like needing to get out, and she assumes that Amelia has seen something terrible and like needs to listen to that.
Kind of assume she's talking about the ogre or something's what I'm.
Yeah,
my
I
character's
have no
assuming.
idea.
It's like, oh, she's just talking
Being
about
close to
like
all the ogres.
thing.
now.
Right. When I get here, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna have a breather. I'm like, my friends, this is not what it looks like. These ogres and this giant have been deceived. Whilst we were in the cave, I saw a flash of red, a red face, and devil horns. There is a demon in this cave, not the metaphorical kind. He has somehow convinced the ogre to do this unspeakable deed. We need to be tactful about how we deal with this. Whilst these beings are not far from innocent, they have been played by a what's the word I'm looking for? By a power. There's a larger force at play here. We need to be tactful
this
about
was a demon. I mean, what did it look like? How big was it?
I know what I saw. It was a fully clad, heavy armored,
it was
humanoid
shape, humanoid height.
You sure it wasn't a tiefling?
It could be a tiefling, but it was inhuman speed. I barely caught a glimpse of it. And I know what I saw. Either a demon or a tiefling or something of the ilk has been, I can only assume, telling these beings to do heinous acts. And unfortunately, these things are not smart enough to know the difference between a good and a bad thing. Clearly, I mean, you saw how they were when we were escaping. I overheard one of them say about it told me to do it. This thing, whatever else is in this cave, is our real enemy, not the ogre and not the.
Then we know what we must kill tonight.
For sure.
They may. Like, we know there is a bigger power here. We've seen it through the actions of the cult and of the animals speaking, and there are things going on, but if these ogres chosen to kill people from my town, regardless of them being coerced, they still chose to do the deed.
With all due
they're
respect,
responsible for the speaker's death, then their head should roll as well.
I appreciate that, but in the same token, we cannot hope to fight an ogre, a giant, and a demon all at once. We need to separate them and take them out one by one, or we need to take out the demon.
All three.
I mean,
let's
start with the demon. The demon is the big threat. Let's see if we can single that one out first.
We need to cause a distraction first.
I believe I think we have distracted them. The ogre and the giant appear to be together, so I think we should explore the rest of this area and see if we can find where this demon is. I saw it run through the middle. It was in that middle chamber that we were in, Saphira. I believe it is at the top. But again, it's close to where the ogre are.
With all due respect to the party, I don't know if we can all sneak up through there without the other two, the ogre and the Verbeeg, noticing us.
Sure,
it might be wiser to take them out first. This thing doesn't want to be seen.
Quiet.
Might be the time when we have to knock them out.
If we can attack from a distance, make them run towards us, we will have the advantage of time and distance. Cassius, does he have any ranged attacks?
Yes.
He had a crossbow or something
until
now? I know he's got the magic now, but
yeah, he's got a crossbow.
Shoot from a distance, it doesn't look like either of them are really the bow-wielding types. When I hunt, you're hunting a bear or something like that, you don't run up and fight it, you let it run towards you, and by the time it reaches you, hopefully it's dead.
We also know that this cave,
that's when you pull your swords.
These caves are also quite narrow, so if we can bottleneck them to a degree, we should only have to fight one of them at a time. So
that was my plan.
There's one other factor here. and that is, I don't think the giant actually did anything. He was just given the caskets and told it was his. I do not believe he is guilty of any crime outside of his own intelligence. He also had a bear. Now, that kind of brings the odds even further against us.
The people in the town said it was the Verberg.
So we got misinformation potentially.
He did not say he did it. He said his ogre friend brought him the caskets, which is far more likely. The ogre
people in town did say the Verbeeg did it, right?
Yeah.
Well, the injuries did not add up. You said the Verbeeg, the giant, he had a spear, and yet the damage was the casualties were more from a bludgeoning weapon.
The casualties were definitely taken by a bludgeoning weapon. There's no way that those people were killed by a spear.
I believe it's the ogre is the
right.
The ogre seems to be the one doing the deed. The giant and the bear, I feel, are to a degree innocent outside of their own misintelligence and have just been coerced. But I feel the demon is the greatest threat of all. I think we can't fight them all together. We need to single them out. We need to take them out separately.
Did you say there was an area full of livestock? That would make a good distraction if we let them out.
I agree. That could definitely do the trick.
A lot of food to waste.
I like the idea.
Right now, Quinn, the food isn't the important part. We do not wish to see more harm come to your town.
If we can get the ogre out, yeah, I agree. If we can distract them, we can pick them off. I like this plan.
I know.
We'll just kind of like, when we just kill them and then just take the livestock back to the village and the mead served.
But Quinn, the problem isn't right now is not the food. Like, if you don't want us to touch the food, fine, we won't use that as a plan.
Problem's not the food. People are starving.
No, I'm saying that more of your folk from your town will be killed if we do not do something about this demon and ogre and this Verberg. Like this, that is our immediate problem.
First. But if we die here, then it'll all be for naught. We won't be able to protect the village from any further incursions. The village has to be the first. The village has to be the first priority. Yes, we need to get these split up. I think even if we use some of the livestock and not all of it to distract, if we send 2 sheep or 2 cattle on their way, then at least it should create a distraction long enough for one of them to follow. We need to clear this tunnel out. There's no doubt.
Just kill him. I really don't understand why we're not just killing him.
Cassius is definitely not. Basically, he'll say to the group, like, I trust what Amelia has deduced here with the Verberg. If we have to kill him, we will. But I don't believe that he is at fault of anything. I accept that we will probably have to kill the ogre. I don't think we can talk enough to him for him to not attack us. And obviously, if this demon is still here, then that. I will, however, though, if we do have to kill the Verberg to save our own lives, then I will. But I do not wish harm to come to him unless he attacks us.
Talk down. Like, these are criminals. Like, these murdered people. If a human murders another human, you don't say you're going to talk them down.
We only know the ogre killed people. I do not believe the Verberg did any such thing.
The town that you're from has already said that he has always been peaceful until recently. So there is a good chance.
Are generally peaceful, but here's the thing: the ogre is a murderer, and it's time for him to be put down. And if we kill the ogre, there's no way to do that quietly, and there's no way to do it without the Verbeeg wanting to kill us. It's just the way it is.
Is it possible to injure the Verbeeg enough so that he might just be out of action?
And then there's the bear.
We could cripple the Verbeeg, but I don't know how well he'll live out here.
I would be more inclined to do something along those lines for now, but I appreciate that it.
I
Tie
like
him
the
up.
first plan.
We take him down and see if he can be talked around after the fight. Then maybe, but
He says he's not responsible for the deaths.
we
I
could
am.
bring him back to the town. Bring him
I'm
to justice.
fine with that.
Can we,
Not that I think
Saphira?
the town will be.
Would you
I
go
don't think
with
the
me
town
to
will be
create?
inclined to listen to him.
Would you go with me to create a distraction and free some of those livestock? Not all of it, just some of it. Hopefully that way
Yes.
either the ogre or the Verberg, one of them will go out to fetch their prize. Of that, I am confident. And then we can,
do
if
that.
it's the ogre, we
Okay.
can ambush the ogre. And if it's the Verberg, then we can go in and take the ogre in the caves. I feel this is the best plan we have. Divide and conquer.
Fine, I agree.
Thank you.
Right.
Do we perhaps release a couple of the goats and then come around and try
Yes.
to ambush from behind?
I think
I will.
I think me and Zafira can free some of the cattle, create some noise, and then we all meet back here and see what, if anything, comes out the
Okay.
cave,
So
and go from there.
Guess I'll hide behind one of these trees. I
Cassius
guess.
is going to stand here because, and then so that while I'm here, I know you guys will be in the cave.
Let's stand in this tree.
Yeah, and then if
basically.
anything comes from the other directions, and he gets his crossbow out, like cocks the crossbow.
I'm
and
really
gets it out.
3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Just kind of like hide in the
So
tree.
he stood here with the crossbow, ready to shoot. If he sees the ogre come
Yeah.
out,
Here's
he
what an
will
ogre
shoot.
looks like. There you go.
I'm an ogre.
Oh yeah, he definitely kill people with that stick. Like,
Mhm.
he's got a hell of a
Got
neck. Isn't he?
spikes here. It's more of a
Yeah.
BS
It's a
club than
Pretty
spikes.
brutal weapon.
It is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
savage.
Cassius is going to stay here, and if he sees the ogre come either too close to him or like out into the open, he's probably going to open fire on it. Specifically the ogre.
Yeah, like if it's
Uh,
yeah, if it's not the one I think it is, then yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
that. Like if it's the ogre comes out, we'll attack it. If it's the other one,
we'll run.
then
We'll
I
just hide.
guess we'll
Wait for it to go, and then we can clear out
go
the tunnel
somewhere?
after.
All right.
I'm not very stealthy.
No, neither am I. So we
Well,
Well, no,
really
you two.
bad
Wait,
at
we're just me and
Yeah.
Saphira can
Oh,
do
yeah, I
this.
mean,
but-
like when it runs out, if it does run
Oh.
out while we're still out here,
Oh.
like
we'll figure it out. We'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
Right. So you're going in this tunnel, are you?
Yes.
I can see the ogre, so she'll kind
okay.
of step back and say, "Problem, the ogre is in there right now."
Can
Go
we
get it.
fight it?
Yeah. I think
Let
Cassius
me just
like,
check.
if it's in
There's
there.
definitely no one else
It
in
might
there. Give me
be-
2 seconds.
Yes.
Am
Be
I
ready
going-
for a fight if we get noticed.
In that
I'm
case,
fairly
I'm go-
confident he's. Let's do it. Let's jump him.
Yeah. You can
I'm
see
gonna
the
sw-
ogre. You can't hear any other
all
movement. The
going in?
ogre
Yeah.
is looking at the goats at the moment.
I'm going to switch
Can I
back.
Can I start?
Oh.
Can I kind of initiate by like
What is it, a
sneaking
crossbow
up
or-
behind him? Or at least
Yeah, you
attempting
can get
to.
do a
around
surprise
with
attack.
attacks if you're doing the
Yeah.
surprise attack business.
So I say I'll go around the
It's fine.
back and I'll stab him in the back. As soon as I do that, everyone goes.
Yeah, I've switched back.
I'm
to
gonna
the-
roll
I put the
stealth just to
crossbow
make
back.
sure I actually can do this because
Yeah, don't get one. Oh no, don't, yeah, I know what you not to get under.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
I
I put-
can. Well, yeah, natural one, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
nice.
take that. 18.
I've
18.
switched
Yeah, you're
back to
fine.
the whip now at this point, just so
You
you
are
put the crossbow
fine.
back.
How far is it? I'm just
yeah,
gonna.
battle axe
Oh, yeah.
out,
Yeah.
shield in the other hand.
I'm gonna come around here.
I forget I've got a shield.
I'll draw both swords, probably
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
You guys might want to go in front of Zafira. Wow, I suppose
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
that's
yeah,
stealthy.
yeah.
I don't particularly want to tank, but fuck it.
Like here, can
Yeah.
I get to?
Yeah.
I like how we had this great elaborate plan, and then Phil's like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
just
fuck it, I'll just stick him
decide.
there."
I
anyway.
like a good plan. I like a good plan.
Yeah.
I do.
I
love a
think
good
this will
plan.
work.
Hang on. Oh, I mean, my character wouldn't.
I think this
never
was
mind.
smarter than fighting them then, like backing off, try and surprise them. This was smart.
Emilia is
This
intelligent.
out
I know we're
of-
all a bit trigger happy.
Here you
out
are.
of character.
Divine justice.
Do
This is the
ogres-
cleverest we've ever been.
Yeah.
Do
Yes, we are.
ogres what's that ability where they can like heal at the end? Some
You're
creatures.
thinking of
That's
trolls.
You're
trolls.
thinking of trolls. At the end of every round,
They can
troll
heal.
heals.
Unless
There's
they
the
I
same
really got to
way
go to the
fantasy
toilet, but
system,
I
really.
can still hear through my
Yeah,
earphones.
yeah. It says
Unless
fire
they
damage
take
in it.
fire or acid damage
Yeah,
for trolls.
yeah, cool. I mean, my character wouldn't know this anyway. I just.
Oh, wait a minute. Why am I
yeah,
not doing that?
Cassius wouldn't have a clue. He'd be like,
Not
"Oh, fucking hell, it's
Scooby-Doo.
huge." Yeah,
It's a big boy, though, isn't it?
he is. Look at him. He's got a fat belly and everything.
Is anybody else sneaking up on this?
No,
No, I'm waiting. We're
I
waiting.
can attack from range. I'll
Okay.
wait for them to
Well,
wait for Amelia to stab.
well, Amelia, you've got the drop on this, like
Nice.
completely at this point.
Do I get advantage on attacks, or is it just?
It is just standing there and like sorting out goat feed.
Yeah.
You've already got one attack. Advantage is normally. Yeah, go on, just this once because like it is quite big anyway. It's like I don't think you're gonna miss with this.
Cool. All right, here goes.
Because you've done so well sneaking around and all that stuff. You've gotten around the fire to its back.
1 damage.
Yeah, or a roll of 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that 17.
17. Let's have a looky here. Yes, you hit.
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that.
6 damage.
And I do 2d6 now for my sneak attack because leveled up.
Yeah.
Leveled up. Leveled up. Let me begin.
Oh, nice. Take that 11 for 17.
Another 11 off as well.
Is
Can
it
I follow
once
up?
per turn? Yeah.
Yes.
So then
yes.
short
only one attack.
swords. Oh,
This is
natural
good. Oh my
20.
god.
He's fucking
Doing a
dead, boys.
lot.
He's dead. 24.
6 plus a 3, so that's
Lucky
9.
as well.
9.
Yeah, can
So
I?
that's-
Jesus.
That
Can I do a
is
range?
On these hits.
17, 26 total damage.
26. Yeah, you've taken off like a lot. You've is it a sword you've got? Sorry.
I got 2. Yeah, I got an elven short sword and a normal short sword. So the elven one, I like stick in
You're
his
like-
belly and then like twist it a little bit, and as it
Right.
comes out, and then the other one I just
Yeah,
slash
you're
around
not in the
back
front of
his
it.
Before you
leg.
go any further,
You catch like the back inside the ribs at its back and just like slicing across. You're doing
Ooh.
significant damage to this thing.
Can we?
as you do this, a coat of cold comes across Amelia's blade, and you
Yeah.
see Dende's eyes glowing. He has a power that infuse strikes when another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits a target with a weapon attack. The Drake infuses the strike with its essence, causing the target to take an extra d6 damage determined by the draconic essence. It's just a free reaction I can do every round.
You get another D6. Roll that.
Whoops.
3
It
damage.
is this button.
Oh,
3 damage.
you
Take
did
that
it.
one. Yeah.
Fair enough.
3 damage, all right. Yeah, you've done bloody hell. You've done big damage to it already.
Can...
Critical bitch.
Quinn's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Do we all
Here
get a
go.
surprise attack as well?
For
Yeah,
whoever
I was
chooses to
thinking.
attack, you get a surprise attack as you're all doing it at the same time.
Cool.
So whoever wants to can take it with surprise attack now.
I'm gonna do
try.
that.
Gonna cast guiding bolt.
For those who can see it and can
I
attack
don't have
it.
many range weapons.
Guess
go
I'll
ahead.
do an attack as well then. Now we've seen this.
That working?
Oh, I can actually use Witch Bolt and see if it lands.
That's not working. Does it work through here?
Oh, should we do turn order just so we know who goes first and whatnot?
Yeah, you can stack on your turns.
Let me roll initiative. Just so we know which order everything goes in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going last.
And then
There's the balance, boys.
I think I'm gonna.
Wait, what? Why did mine not? How weird.
Ah, there you go. Now it's worked.
Yeah, mine didn't work the first time. Oh, that's fine. 15 is what the number is, but I'll roll it again and then change it.
Oh, this thing got high. 17.
Oof.
It did have a -1 to its dex, though.
18.
could be.
Nice. Right. and
Oh,
Well, you
that's
better kill it,
factoring
or
the
else,
other
else I'm
as well.
I'm a dead girl after this.
Oh,
I
that's a
think.
nat 1.
Oh, for God's sake. Where?
Get an 8.
To you, turn order.
Have advantage.
Um,
Dende just goes after me.
what does he have? Yeah, you look after that.
So
He shares my initiative basically, so he
Okay.
doesn't roll.
I need to do the giant
hang
3.
on, the giant. I'm confused. What's going on here? Because have you taken the damage from, or not the damage from this?
Oh,
guy
not
involved?
yet.
So I've done
We're just
all of
doing
I've done
initiative.
all of Amelia's damage so
Yeah.
far,
There's a
and the
15
crush
hit.
on it. Hold on, I've also got to factor in the other one in the room.
That's cool.
Gotta
Yeah,
do
I
the
did the
flare.
guiding
Goats.
bolt before we tried to do the initiative.
Yeah, I assumed this was all surprise attacks, so it shouldn't really have mattered.
Yeah, so
No,
the
it's just so
bonus
we know which
paladin.
order, like we're doing, taking
Yeah,
turns
exactly.
and
Yeah. I
Even
just meant like that roll
surprise
still
attacks, really.
stands.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Well, who does their damage first in the surprise attack side of things is
It's not a
I
bad
need
roll
to
actually. Kind of
do
average.
this
Okay, I'll witch bolt it, but I guess I'll.
All right, that's the order,
Oh, a
and
natural
then so
one.
yeah, give me who's doing the surprise attack.
I did a guiding
Saphira's
bolt.
first.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Cool. I do 16 radiant damage to it.
16 radiant damage.
Yeah.
What are these?
Bolt of energy comes
I
out
was
of
in
my
that
hand.
one, so I miss.
Oh god, they're not immune to anything.
I'll roll mine then.
15, you said.
Yeah,
16.
16 damage
Minus
I do,
16.
yeah. 15
Okay,
to
so it
hit.
gets cut. It gets burned.
Right, hang on. You got one more attack to do. So I guess after everything's triggered at the same time, like Cassius holds up his hand and like what I assume is like blue electric lightning, and just like sticks his hand out and it's just says something in Elvish. Eyes go bright gold. You just see like fucking lightning zap from his hand.
Yeah.
And he 22.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
Now this is justice.
10 damage.
What's the +5?
That's
'cause I got
advantage.
a crit. Yeah, I got a crit on the other one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like,
if
you
you had
don't count the 5.
advantage, you
It's just the
crit.
10. You just see his lightning arc from his hand. It's like
Okay.
What's the guy just kind of like, oh, another person's doing the thing I can do.
didn't know you could witch bolt.
Any other attacks, or was that it for the surprise attacks?
Ranged blast of energy.
I guess Dende could run in. Yeah,
to you.
he can move and attack, can he? As a surprise attack.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's all
he can't
happening in the
hit with range,
same
so
instance.
it's gonna run in and bite the ogre on its ass. That's also a nat 1.
Oh, wow.
Zufira and Dende are in sync. They are both just failing.
This is the one fight you haven't done really well with your rogues.
It's all balancing out.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
in that instant, it is hit, it is slashed, it is burnt. It staggers forward, and with that amount of damage dealt to it, it falls to its knees in front of the goats, and then puts one big hand on the goat pen to like steady itself. You can see that it's just beat up something fierce.
Fucked up.
Yeah. And then Emilia, you've got the turn now. What do you do in that?
Oh, that's not me.
second
That's
afterwards?
Saphira.
Oh, wait a minute, where are we?
Saphira's
Okay, well,
got 18.
Why
Not
have I
me.
got you twice there?
No, you
Oh,
haven't.
really?
No,
Yeah,
no, you haven't. 18 is Sufira.
Everyone's
4.
multiplied for some reason.
Yeah.
That's all that's happened.
Very well. She will take another longbow shot at this point. Hopefully this one does better. 15.
15 hits.
You sunk my battleship.
9 damage.
9
There will be
yeah.
frost
Well,
on the arrow.
how would you like to do this?
Fuck, he's dead
Is it
already?
facing? I guess
It's got its back to you on its knees, holding onto the fence
Through
as
the
all
ear.
this damage just like bashes
Brain
into
the
it.
other side.
It is disorientated. It is like
Yeah.
it gives out a big bellow of pain.
Yeah, I guess the arrow, as it's like bent over this thing, just sinks into its side right between the ribs, up to the
Okay.
shaft of the arrow, right in, and then you see
Oh.
like frost crackle around, and its insides sort of go blue as it just keels over.
Yeah, the hand
Shattered.
slumps and like one of the one of the panels, one of the wooden slats, like breaks as its weight just crushes down to the floor. You've killed it outright.
Wow.
I'm surprised.
Turns out rogues are pretty good. Level 3.
My lightning stopped coming from my
Surprise
eyes. My
attacks
eyes,
are pretty good.
eyes
Surprise
returned to
rounds.
normal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's still my turn, and I can move and stuff. But like, have we heard anything else? I guess it's only been 6 seconds. But
You will start to hear footsteps coming from the north.
time for the next one, and she'll come around the corner. I guess it's 1, 2, 3. She's gonna get in this corner, back against the wall, seeing for. Is it? Can I hear from the west? Can I tell at all, or is it coming from the north?
North.
Okay, so she's ready to shoot next round, and
Need a bear.
Dende will go 1, 2, 3,
That's dawn.
4, and he'll just hold there and ready a bite attack if
A
something
question
comes
for
within
you,
range.
magic users. When you've used a spell, and you say you got 2 slots and you use one of that spell, can you use that spell again, or you can only
Yes.
use it once? And
No, you can
Okay.
use the spell as many times as you want, as long as you've got slots for it.
Okay.
Unless you're
End of my turns.
Yeah, no, that's how it works.
Okay. Which one are you, Cassius? Are you 15 or 11?
I'm 15.
You're 15. All right, delete
Yeah.
11. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird how it gave 2 there. All right. So yeah, obviously the lightning's receded. He's put his hand on his eyes have gone normal again, as he's not using it. And I am going to actually put the take this turn basically to put the my whip back into my cloak, take out the crossbow, and I'm going to hold my reaction. I'm just going to move myself forward a little bit. I'm just going to hold my reaction here, and if I see anything other than the Berg, so whether it's the bear or anything else,
Yes.
I will take a shot at it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So if it's the Berg, I won't shoot it, unless. And,
I forgot
yeah, I
Dende can't take 2 reactions, so he doesn't do anything. He's just waiting. He won't get an attack.
Okay.
It's my turn over with.
The next is you can see on the turn tracker there.
Yeah.
It is the bear.
It seems
Movement.
really loud in here because of all the bleating. Like, meh, 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 meh.
Yeah, now there's like blood all over them.
It will act more on smell than vision.
For the blood.
Oh, there we are. Speed. Okay. 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It'll go there.
That might be
Okay.
the best round we ever had.
Win.
Serious amount of damage.
Apart from me.
That's the best round we ever had.
Guess I'll move forward a bit.
But I'm not concerned about you. You hit more
Yeah,
often than not.
yeah, overall. I'm
Yeah,
part of the
overall, you
party.
just fucking hit people. It's what rangers do.
10 feet.
Dave, I think it's been really unfortunate. There's high damage, but like it hasn't landed that much.
I'm not here for damage. I read snow. I look at snow and I say, that's a dog.
Jon Snow.
I see something. We've one more tile.
Time for the 2 steps from hell victory.
Still like kind of behind the pillar.
Starts doing the
I
flops.
think it's the bear.
Yeah, you can make out fur.
Yeah.
Brown with long fur.
I'll hold an action to cast another guiding bolt. If it like comes towards us, or I can get a clear shot of it. It doesn't have cover. Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
All right.
Probably say bear to people.
Bare hands.
Oh, that's why this is the previous turn tracker. Okay. I've still got the wolf on there. Saphira? Is that the right
we'll
order?
be able to see that. Yeah, you have to like clear it before people start adding.
It's Amelia now.
Whoops.
Yeah, it's annoying that it doesn't always just like
Amelia.
clean after
Yeah.
you do it.
I'm
That
gonna
right?
take a few steps
she's got
up
4.
here. Can't see anything, so I'm gonna stand up on top of these crates
Sure.
hidden behind the wall, and I'm gonna attempt to stealth.
Okay.
Give
Give us your stealth check.
24 for stealth.
You're
And
very
I'm
nice.
gonna
Pretty hit.
wait. I don't think anything's gonna come to me, but if I see anything comes into my melee range, I will. Any enemy, anything that's not in the party, comes at me within melee range, I'll take a swing. Excluding the giant, unless he's like aggressively running to me.
All right.
It's quite specific.
30, 35, 40. He gets about here. And he just simply says, like, I don't think you can see his friend on the floor just yet, but he's like, what's going on over here, sort of thing.
You can feel the sheep going, meh, meh, meh.
Yeah.
Now, Zafira?
Yes.
Very well. Seeing him coming through, she will say, holding the bow, your friend has been brought to justice for his murders. Stand down or you will face death too. And Dende will snarl. Just in it. Well, he's not that menacing, Dende, but he's just like kind of low growling and he's ready to attack.
Give
And
me a intimidation check, please.
oh, I love doing intimidation checks with Zufira. It's kind of
Yeah.
her thing, even though she's terrible at it. 16! That's pretty good.
Not bad with a -1.
-1.
Nice.
17 -1.
16. Yeah, okay. You can see him like hesitate, and yeah, you could just on that impulse, like you can see him hesitate and starting to think of like, is this a good idea or not?
Everyone's ready, and the ogre is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. He has not seen the ogre yet.
Wow, yeah. Well, she's ready to her attacks in case he does. If he gets aggressive, then
yeah,
her and Dende are gonna go for it.
What do you want to do, Cassius?
I guess call out also, I guess, makes sense to sort of relay that information. It's like, put down your weapon, stand down, and let us talk. Your friend has been taken care of. We do not wish to harm you, though.
He says, where is my friend? What have you done with him?
So I just shout out he's dead because I'm like, fuck it. Your friend is dead, unfortunately.
How will you react?
But Zufira did yell, he's been brought to justice.
Yeah. If he walks around the corner, like looking like he's going to attack or whatever, I will fire the crossbow at him.
He's not looking like he's got the spear.
Yeah.
But it's slightly down at this point. He's beginning to drop it into a non-threatening sort of position.
Yeah. I'm only going to fire at him if he starts to attack someone.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not going
fine.
to. I'll just keep it trained on him.
I'm just trying to piece together how he would react to that. Has not seen it yet.
Might not believe us.
We'll leave it to the dice.
Basically, it's if he suddenly becomes aggressive, I will fire. That's simply how it is.
I think he's going to go along with it because, yeah, I did a check, and obviously Zufira is more intimidating at the moment. So he goes, I think you just see him get sad, if anything. Like, there's just a wash of, like, these people have come into my home, and they've killed my friend. That kind of thing.
He doesn't understand the bigger picture, does he?
Not tremendously, no.
I do feel kind of. Do you know? I actually quite like this guy.
That's how you should feel. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the ogre is stupid. They are just stupid. This is
Oh,
more your,
Our character, I
you
like
know.
him, but
Yeah.
Quinn wouldn't care.
Yeah,
No.
no, this is good. So yes, there's just
Character building.
there's just the like his face starts to drop and like I'm starting to get confused as why these people have come into trying to take back what I've been promised and things like that.
Yeah, a mother bear in this shit.
Uh,
Came after my town.
the actual bear though, the bear might be a bit
I
different.
mean, if the bear comes
Five,
into range,
10,
No, not the bear.
20,
Can't
25,
is it
sleep on it.
going to
30,
attack? I'll
35,
cast my held
40.
action.
Yeah, because the giant can't see the bear.
So on its way
And they can
towards
growl the
me.
bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I reckon it wouldn't have control over the bear over this kind of distance. It needs to be
Oh yeah, that's cool.
next to a whatever. So the bear will come up and it will growl and then take a big out.
We get
Oh wait,
black
I got
light.
my held action would go off as it comes into range.
That is true, actually. Yeah.
Let's quickly do my
So what do
bolt.
you fire or cast?
These is on it.
I'll do my guiding bolt level 2 again.
Sure.
Come on! Ah, miss. I doubt a 7 hits.
7. No, that does not hit.
Ah,
So yeah, that flies past and hits the wall. And little shards of stone scatter onto the floor, and this
Radiant
comes
light.
like it now like quickens its pace a bit more up to you, and then takes one of its paws and just like
Brilliant.
swipes across. Cave bear. Yeah, let's go. What are we?
I don't really want to kill the bear, but I feel like we're gonna
We
have to
got
kill the bear.
15.
You have to kill it.
It
Maybe
doesn't
you can
hit.
Does not hit.
wound it.
Nah, but AC's 18.
All right. It snarls and then takes a bite at you instead. They do get multiple
The
attacks.
idea that you're so small
19.
that you fit between its claws.
Yeah,
19 hits.
19 hits. Will it do the thing? 6 damage.
Cool.
If the bear is now attacking, can Zufira use her reaction to shoot at it?
19.
I didn't specify the bear, but
What was your?
it was a held action to like if the Verbeeg got aggressive.
That's
to
more
fire
like
at
at the
him.
Verbeeg though. So
Yeah, I didn't specify.
okay.
I just held an attack, but now something else has gotten aggressive.
Oh, it's more. It might have been a surprise. The bear might just come over like, what?
Because like she's got the arrow ready, and I assume she can turn and shoot at it instead.
I mean, I Cassie's probably wouldn't. I probably
Check the rules of ready in action.
I thought you specifically said if
I think
the
you do have to
bee got
specify
aggressive.
exactly what it is, and if it doesn't happen, doesn't trigger.
Yeah, I mean,
Annoyingly.
I might be making
Yeah,
this
that's
up.
fair enough. That's fair enough.
All right.
I guess she's focused on it.
Quinn.
Well, I know what I'm doing.
Gonna tickle the bear's tummy.
Attack the bear, yeah.
Tickle its tummy.
Tickle its
Hello,
tummy.
A lot of anger to take out.
It's decided. Come on, don't
Yeah,
run low like
quite-
you
quite
always do.
vicious.
Burgs and
understandably,
bears. Burgs and bears.
14. Sorry. Yes, hits.
Oh, cool. So I do 6 damage to it.
6 damage.
Let's
Okay.
see what I can do. Can I do a reaction?
Oh God, no, not minus 96. Minus.
Oh
Only
shit!
6.
The bear.
Sounds about right to me.
You clipped off its toe. The bear has died.
I can't wait till I can do more than one attack. So you do one attack. Yeah, that's basically what I can do.
What is it? 5th level, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, you clip into the bear and it takes some damage.
I'll
Little-
stay
little
there.
Red covered fur now. Milia, what do you do?
Yeah, look at that
Like
face. That says it
of
all.
damage on that.
That face says it all.
Another 6 damage on that, thanks to Dende.
Oh, is that the okay? Yeah.
Ice ability.
Nice.
He uses his
Oh.
reaction. You see Dende turn to Quinn as she's slashing, and his eyes glow, and the cold damage gets added.
Yeah, a little bit
"That's
of
weird."
frost burn to that fur as well.
You know what?
Kind of look at my axe, be like, "That's weird. That's not radiant. That's weird."
I'm gonna move up here, and then I'm just gonna stab him from the shadows.
All right.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
Actually, you know
hiding.
what? Can I
Nice
get
ability.
past him and go behind him? I like jump off or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think how I
very
could do it.
hard.
You can sneak attack from where you
It
are.
is
That's what you're trying to do.
filling the
Or could I
space,
jump off? So I'm on like the crates at the moment. Can I jump off the crates onto his back and then stab in the neck?
Yeah, if you.
Do you want me to roll acrobatics?
Yeah, do your acrobatics, because that's
That
what it's
falls
for.
over the
for stuff
bear.
like
Yeah, it
this.
could just go horribly wrong.
I will put that DC.
No,
That's
that's all
fine.
right. Take that.
Yeah.
Like a
Oh, yeah,
backflip in the air whilst I do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll take one
Nice.
swipe.
What's the cave stat? Oh yeah, you will do that. Yep.
14. Does that hit?
14 hits.
6 damage. Oh, plus my 2d6 sneak attack. I'm assuming it's sneak attack, seeing so I just jumped on his head.
Yeah, you're from the shadows, kind of
And
thing.
also, he's next to him. Quinn's
Plus 10.
16 plus 1 more attack. On the other side, 13. It's getting one worse each time.
13 hits.
Oh, it does. Nice. I'll do another 8,
8
so
points damage,
18,
okay.
24 damage total.
Yeah, it is on bad health now.
You've skinned the bear
really
alive.
Slashed it a lot.
I've slashed the back of its neck.
Slashed and stabbed. Deep wounds appearing there. Now,
Meat's back on the menu.
Onward, yeah, onward to the giant. The giant takes another step forward. It does not go any further than that little dragon in front of it.
Yep.
God, what's he gonna do?
I think I know what I need to do on my turn. Or yeah.
Okay. Now that he can see you're attacking the bear as well, this is another one of his companions. He will now start to attack.
Oh, shit.
That's gonna happen.
Yeah, rolling dice on this as well. He yells out, points his spear, and he says, "Enough's enough! Get out of here!" And
That rhymes.
yeah, I know. He will then proceed to stab the dragon in front of him.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
What's the dragon's AC?
Jesus Christ.
16.
16.
That's
It's pretty tanky, man.
Yeah.
How small is that dragon?
He's a medium. He's like a large dog size in my head right now.
This is a large giant, so I'm just thinking of his actions. Okay, yes, so this is more cinematic. Okay, so he takes a couple of steps. He then kicks at the dragon. Right. So I'm just going to do straight up strength check to land an attack against this dragon, plus my strength. So for 7.
Why are you doing a strength check for an attack? How does that work against AC?
Doesn't have the
Because it's not a spear attack. It's not any spear
It's
attack.
kicking?
It's just.
What is it trying to do?
It's
Belly
just. It's,
flop.
just roll 1d20, isn't it? Oh, you're saying 1d20 plus its strength,
Yeah,
right?
plus
Yeah,
its
yeah.
strength.
Yeah. Because that's what melee attacks are. It's your plus your strength.
Yeah.
So you got
so therefore he's punching or kicking. And I got a 3 plus 4, so that's
Then
plainly
he
not
dodges.
enough. He dodges.
And then
Okay, that's
says,
fine.
Unwise child.
And then he moves past, and gets into combat range here with
technically, I'm in his back. If we're gonna, I'm technically here.
Yeah, you are actually. Okay, so combat range here.
Sorry,
then,
just
with Gwyn.
I forgot to move my token.
And what's the reach on this thing?
This is why I really wish size made a difference in 5th edition.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like, two
Just
sizes
going to do
smaller.
a spear attack against you then, Quinn.
Yeah.
Why am I rolling physical dice in my hand?
Really
A 9. You're lucky.
Yay.
Got a 9.
No damage.
And that's his attacks. Okay.
And since it attacked, I guess Zufira gets a shot on it as well. Right?
True, yeah. If
Since
you're
it's
still
now
holding
attacking
the
it, it hasn't come around to her turn yet.
Yeah.
reaction.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
your
delayed.
reactions to shoot then, yeah.
Delayed attack.
We're clicking the wrong thing. 26.
Yes.
That's 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay. Yeah, an arrow sticks into like his shin or something. Not massive amounts of damage there. Severa.
She will yell at it. Call the bear off or die like your friend. I don't know if that or another check or
Fucking
Do a
kill it.
persuasion check.
this is one last try.
Are you doing persuasion or intimidation?
He had stopped. Technically, I beat him on the intimidation check before, but then he went again with the bear, and it's like the bear doesn't understand. He has to call the bear off. Is my logic here?
The bear is under
Bear
control.
claws and bites me.
So I'm trying to reason with him,
attack
really.
me.
I don't know if you want me to roll or not, but she's trying to reason with him and say, call the bear off.
I'm happy for you to roll just because this is all happening so fast in combat. Just to see if it's getting through to him.
Intimidation. Let's see. Probably won't work twice. 16 again.
Nice.
She's intimidating today. I know Quinn's not going to like this, but Zufira is really trying.
Yeah. Okay. No.
We want the good outcome. We want the good ending.
He's now got an arrow in his thigh.
He looks at you, and you can see he's now thinking. Like in those seconds, there's
burning with
recognition
like
of what you're
intensity.
saying. Yeah. Okay.
This little dwarf.
Go round to.
Got a primal aura
Cassius.
about her. And the dragon's growling too, and it's quite intimidating.
He will. He will do his thing on his turn, but in these seconds, the bear is still attacking.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah,
Well, like,
and she's
flashback.
readying another attack if he keeps going.
But it looks like you have gotten. It looks like you believe you've gone through to him, at least because he's acknowledged you. Okay, Cassius, what are you doing?
If you think back to the 10 undead, it's like 10 undead. They all 10. No, stop attacking him.
Is it possible to persuade Quinn and Amelia to stop attacking the bear? Like if I just to shout something.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. I think on my turn, because again, I don't want this guy. I don't want him dead with this bear. Like this bear's fucked up. It's gonna die. We've just killed his friend, and I'm like, he doesn't need to die for this. So on my turn, I'm just gonna try and roll a persuasion check, and I'm just gonna say, like, stand down, stop attacking the bear. Like, they're just 10. I just guess you guys need to roll over a 10. I don't know how that works.
You'll see the reaction
it's
in
player
my
to player.
turn.
Yeah. Let's see what happens.
I'm putting the crossbow away. Like I put it away at this point. I'm not going to do anything else on my turn. I'm just going to shout that out very loudly.
This is interesting, man.
Yeah, this is cool. I love this dynamic of like half the party wants to do one thing, half wants to do something else. What happens? Dun dun dun.
It's been a very good session.
Yeah, I love that. Good shit.
Oh yeah, that's my turn over with. I just shout at Win and thing. I'm just like, stand down, like.
The bear will continue. The bear is gonna buck and jolt around to try and get you off of its back.
Fair enough.
It's just going to. What would it do?
Is it like a dex check for something?
Yeah, I'm thinking that. It's just going to make a dex check to see if
I'll
it
do a
can...
counter dex check and see if I hold on. Dex is a good thing, though, normally.
I got 15.
Oof.
For a dexterity check.
Where is dex? Is it save? It'll be a save, won't it? Because I'm like...
Yeah, true.
Well, it's basically just grapple check, surely.
Can be either,
20.
Grapple makes sense as well.
20 on my dex
20,
save.
Yeah, you managed to hold on. You like plumped down on its
It's
spur,
like, what's the rodeo thing?
Broncos.
Yeah.
Bucking Broncos, yeah.
You've done this before with a rock golem, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that was on your one shot. That was class.
Yeah.
And my dwarf. I will hold on for dear life. Good times.
You're gonna kill the bear. I know what you're gonna do. But if that's in character, that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
I don't think I'd stop.
Yeah.
It's clearly still trying to fight. Like, I've been attacked by both of them. I just got bitten by this bear.
I should have rugby tackled you to the ground. That's what I should have
don't
done.
think I'd stop. Yeah, I'd just make an attack.
I've learnt my lesson.
Knock him out.
Oh,
That's what you do.
anyway.
Yeah,
Knock him out.
Perfect time.
The one time I accept it.
That's not
misses.
Yeah. I guess I just harness divine power as a bonus action to get another spell slot. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay.
Cool.
Amelia, are you still riding the bear?
I'm still riding the bear. I've got both blades by its neck now. And I say to the beak, stop, or your companion dies. I do not want to kill this bear, but if you don't call your bear off, you leave me no other choice. And I hold my action for whatever the Verbeeg does. If it's aggressive or hostile in nature, the bear gets both blades.
The bear gets it.
Give him the blade.
All right, then. Yes, so because of what Zafira had said before, and that acknowledgement, he just throws his spear down to the ground, spreads his hands and goes, fine, just stop all of this. And he makes like this low whistling noise, and the bear calms down and just sits on the floor. Does that thing like, just pads down onto the floor instantly.
Yeah.
And he just stands there really, and just like. So for the time being, we're out of combat for a few minutes.
Zafira will stride over to it and just take the spear and chuck it away.
All right.
And just eye making sure that it's not attacking. And
I guess I'll just clamber off of the bear.
I will feed the bear a ration.
Feed the bear a ration. Yeah. Where do you want to chuck the spear? So I know where you're doing. Ping where the spear is going to be.
Sort of towards the gate, like it'll clatter against the fence here near the ogre.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
say to the
Dave.
As I see their combat's ending, I lower my shield and axe. So turn to the Verbo. How much did you know of this, and what roles have you taken? Are any of the townsfolk's lives your responsibility?
I know that ale. I know that Mead was coming. I do not know who my ogre friend here had spoken to. He said he'd spoken to somebody, but I do not know who. And he was going out to get Mead. I am surprised that even he has managed to get the casks, and we were going to enjoy them tonight.
Amelia steps up and says,
roll an insight.
Yeah, I think I'll roll insight as well.
I'll do it as well because it makes
natural one.
I would do that because it's kind of interesting.
Okay, mine's not as bad.
Even though I kind of believe him anyway, I'm gonna roll it just to be like.
We could all roll
is this
here.
definitely happening.
I'm too busy looking petting the bear, so I'm gonna do an animal handling.
Oh wow!
I'm very believable. I'm kind
rolls.
of. To be honest, I kind of thought that was the case, so it doesn't surprise me.
Mine's pretty sick.
Yeah. You believe what he's saying, like.
Let's say, well, your friend stole the mead from Good Mead, and I'll be taking it back now.
I stand up at this point and I say to Quinn, and I'm like, we've just killed this guy's friends. Whether there's right and wrong here, I feel like we should probably leave some of the mead for him. Like, it feels like we've just done a horrible act,
No.
and it wasn't their fault.
Why should a blood debt be paid to him? If anything, he should pay a blood debt to Goodmead because his associate killed so many of our townsfolk.
I
And
say,
he just killed his friend.
And
The
he's a
Fury goes,
murderer.
for Moradin's sake, it's Mead.
Mead is all we have.
Why don't we?
at this point, I say, my friend, calm down, calm down. Let us think about this and talk about this rationally. Verbig, what is your name? Let's start with that.
My name is Ga.
Post it in.
Do you want to post it in the thing and we'll
Jack?
translate for you?
G-A-H.
I think you need a common to walk translator book.
Japanese, the Japanese pop singer.
Gag. His name's
Gag.
Gag.
Gog.
Fucking
Gog. I'd say that's Gog.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
Gag.
God.
I guess he says Gog. I say Gog.
Yeah, he says my name's Garg.
Your
Hello.
your ogre friend here stole this mead. By rights, it belongs to the town of Goodmead. I think it fair that we take this mead back to the town from whence it came, especially given the number of lives that were given to protect it. That being said, I understand there is a entity here within these tunnels. I don't suppose you may have seen something in passing, something with horns. I believe it to be residing somewhere here. You might have seen it out of the corner of your eye and maybe not believed it was there, but I have seen it.
I saw something move in the shadows, but then again, I've seen. I thought I saw a ghost once in here because of the burial chambers, so I'm not entirely sure myself. I think I saw a red blur go around a corner once.
That is it.
But I don't know.
That right there. Could you tell me where you saw that?
Red
Because-
blur.
Yes.
That was heading. That looked like it was heading back out.
When was
But
this?
from where the ogre sleeps, like he has his own sort of patch that he likes to sleep,
Okay.
and it came from there. Like it was heading out from there, but around a corner. I was too fast. I couldn't see what it was.
I had the exact same experience. Perhaps you could point us in the direction of this ogre hatch. I want to make sure that you're not being haunted, and that would be our deed for you. To you.
Sure, I guess. Yeah. Take you around there if you want.
Yeah.
You need to get the mead anyway. I would like to hold on to at least one of these casks
My
for
friends,
my own purpose, but
perhaps a deal would be struck. You have more than enough cattle and sheep here, whereas the town of Goodmead has a requirement of meat. Perhaps you would be willing to share your hoard of cattle or livestock in return for one casket of meat. And I turn to Quinn whilst I'm saying this, and I say, Quinn, would this be acceptable? Would this be a good what's the word?
Barter.
A good transaction for you and the town of Goodmead, and I'll roll persuasion as well.
I mean, I'm all about.
Really unpersuasive.
Food's important. Like everyone's starving. I'm more than happy to take the livestock instead.
Instead of all the mead? Or just one gasket for a number of livestock?
Oh, just some of the meat. We still need to repay our debt to the other town.
Sure. Then I think
Else
we
we're
have...
gonna owe money to the other town because for some reason Cassius doesn't understand how economics work.
Yeah.
Cassius is basically Robin Hood. That's what
Reminds me of that Futurama when they go to like Santa's place. The
Yeah.
gingerbread house. When you eat it, you live in the gingerbread house. Like, it's either shelter or food, not both. It's like that.
Zufira just sees this as like the worst. This is like why she hates civilization. Like where people are killing each other over mead.
I say to while this is going on, I say to Severa, I'm like, you wouldn't happen to have or potentially do something about this bear? Like, could you heal this bear's wounds?
Yes, I can do that. The bear, is it like calm now?
I've been with the
it's
bear. I've been feeding
Quinn
it.
will
calmed
remember
down.
this.
It's
Yeah,
hurt. It's
I'm
very
like petting
hurt,
the
but it's
bear.
calmed
I'm trying
down.
to calm the bear down. You know, like clean its
You'll
wounds. And
walk
stuff.
over it and lay a hand on it, and you'll see the kind of blue energy flow from her hand, and that's going to be how much? Come on, roll high. I clicked it, but nothing happened. Try again. Why is nothing happening?
Quinn will definitely
There it is.
remember this.
There we go.
10.
Is that
Nice.
10?
Yeah.
Max.
I
10?
got 10. Yeah.
What? Because
max
I healed a
healing.
bear?
Yeah.
No, I think it's more me than it is you. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah, well, 10 hit points of damage to the bear.
Right.
She's like, okay, there.
The bear
Calm
like
down, I'm not your enemy.
breathes out a sigh of like relief for a bear. I was like, okay. The bear's happier.
Nice.
Yeah.
I say, Garg, is this acceptable for you? 6 of your livestock for 1 flagon of ale. Mead.
Flagon.
Well, you know,
So there's
one
yeah, what's
casket
an
of
acceptable
meat.
6 livestock.
exchange?
He
don't wanna
will
screw him over.
say that do you 4 of these because I'm not the only one that lives here. He like grumbles to himself.
About the
I
bear
say
as well.
5 and we clear out your demon problem as well.
I'm kind of just up for.
Is okay. Yes, sure.
Would
You
I know
have
what
5.
like a going rate of like a goat would be at the moment? Like how much a goat's selling for at the moment? Like,
Probably quite a luxury.
it's
Isn't
like
it?
I don't want to like screw
know.
this guy over, but I can
DM
imagine they would be
questions that
very
hurt.
valuable at the moment.
Yeah, these hurt.
Yeah.
The trading value of goats, DM, please.
But
Versus a
specifically,
casket of
Billy
meat.
goats, which are going to be more on the market.
Goat cost
It's more the
infinity.
scarcity, though, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like
correct.
the
I
I'm
mean that.
thinking because like
Go, Greg.
1 gold
Food
piece,
is-
apparently, for
I
one
thought
goat.
it would be actually. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense.
food and
Gold piece.
starvation's a big problem at the moment.
Wouldn't that be
Yeah.
inflated though? Because if
Yeah.
a goat at this point is
Yeah, scarcity.
so surely it would be more like 5 gold or something for a goat
Like
rather than
4 or
1.
Cassius.
well, it's more like
Definitely
finding them. I
not.
think's the
How good is
problem.
the Furbeak's economics?
Yeah.
I mean, this
the
guy's probably
question.
not that intelligent, to be fair.
Not majorly. Yeah, he's not terrifically intelligent. No.
Oh yeah, it's all like rip him off.
That's a
Goats
fair
in a
deal.
casket,
Quick.
Yeah, he agrees to it.
if he's agreed to
Brutal.
it.
Yeah. Well, I've made the deal.
Yeah. So I know.
He
So-
gives over. Yeah.
I was like, friend, can you show us to where this this ogre hatch is so that we may take care of your demon problem and make good
Sure,
on our
sure.
promise?
So he will show you around the corner.
Okay.
And he'll come
What's
up
up there?
here.
Okay.
And this is where the 3 barrels of mead are kept here. So these are the stolen barrels, and you can also see hanging baskets and cages that are on rope pulleys that have different
Human corpses.
food
Do you feel
stuff,
about that?
different supplies, but they're hung up out the way so that the ogre doesn't knock its head and all that sort of stuff. It then points down the passageway
Yeah.
that he can't actually squeeze through because
I'm
it's
with you.
too small for him.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm sure I saw whatever that thing was in there. And I heard voices once, and I thought he was, whatever it was talking to the ogre, and then it went. Yeah, I like looked away and it vanished. So I have no idea.
Dog, this right here is the reason why all of this has happened. We will rid you of this blight. may I ask that once we enter this tunnel, you just stand here and stop anything from trying to escape, including us if we have to.
He's like, okay.
We'll be the only ones that can pass through here until we're done.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's okay with it.
So I will go here and I'll sort of ask the party to come through as well.
Yeah, it might need to end soon.
Yeah.
That's just what I'm about to actually.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
Perfect.
As you all start to make your way through, you arrive in essentially an old burial tomb. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Nice one.
No.
That was a really good session. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
A lot of roleplay.
That was awesome roleplay. I love the
There's going to
dynamic.
be a lot of discussion once we get back to the town, I think.
Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
think all of you also deserve an inspiration just on this occasion for sticking to what your character believes in and handling of the situation, because the characters were split on what they wanted to do for a party, but you all kind of came together. So yeah, take an inspiration for this. So that's good.
Thank you, man. That was
What's
a
an
great
inspiration?
session as well.
Rarely
on your sheet, you can click the box that says inspiration. It says proficiency bonus. It gives you the ability to use it like an advantage, isn't it? Is that what
it's an advantage on a
like a 1 free advantage when
any
you want to.
stat roll or persuasion or anything like that.
Rid of
you have
disadvantage.
but you have to specify that you're using it before you roll.
Before you roll, makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a little +1 mechanic in the game.
I generally never knew that was a thing.
Yeah. Some players
I've never been given one before.
Really?
I forget they exist.
It encourages. They're there to encourage role play, if anything. If a GM sees that you're doing your best, you're role playing truly to how your character would react in certain situations, then sure.
That was a very good.
I grew up on 3.5. I forget these things exist. Like inspiration in that.
There's a lot of like good character moments in that.
There is a lot.
Yeah, Cassius just kept trying to screw me over continuously.
I think we all did, to be fair, Quinn. I don't think it was just him.
We did.
I think everyone just wanted to do the opposite of what you wanted.
It's like murdering the wolves when they're asleep again. It's like, they'll fucking kill us. Fucking kill them. No,
But bear in mind,
hyenas or whatever
you live in this area. I've only been around here about a month, so like
you see all the bodies in the street.
But also, you know,
like that was good role playing from Quinn, because I definitely believe this is exactly how she would act. She's angry as fuck.
Yeah,
definitely.
The bears just died.
I had no reason to kill an innocent thing, basically. So I was like, I'm not okay with this.
Well, that's why we do the roleplay, though, isn't it? Like the whole thing of that was roleplay. It's not us being frustrated at Dave. It's us being at Quinn because she's doing something different to what we want, and it's you know it's that's the character building. It's awesome. I love it.
This was just a great. This was really great, like role play fuel and background fuel for Zufira as well, because of her whole background. It's like like people and their fights, and like Dende's background is that basically he got lynched by a lynch mob for something that he didn't do. So she's just like, people are the worst, and this is just more of that. So it's going to be interesting how she deals with that afterwards.
So Jack, would you like to take us out on the stream tonight?
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Well, thank you all so very much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed our session. We have been Worldshaper Games. So for myself, I'm Don Hayes. I run my own YouTube channels. I run youtube.com/Don Hayes, which is cinematics, movies, and that type of thing. A couple of streams occasionally. And I also run YouTube, well, not youtube.com, but it is YouTube, Don Hayes Plays. I don't have the URL yet because it's not at enough subscribers, so it's a new channel. But yeah, it's on YouTube, and it is Don Hayes Plays, and I do playthroughs, streams, and yeah, let's play videos, that type of thing. So yeah, that's me. Greg, let's do an outro for you.
Greg.
Yeah, my name's Greg. I run a YouTube channel called Egregious Games. I'm a game dev who's working on a long, big game for years. In the meantime, I just talk about games and shit on my channel and make dumb memes. Go check it out.
And the artist for the artwork was?
Indeed. I will mention again, and I'll put in the description, but I'll mention again next time. Thank you again to Miguel C for the Frost Drake picture. He's Aeon_Oxide art station, which I'm sure you won't be able to spell, so I'll just put it in the description.
Yeah,
Check him
they
out.
will go in descriptions. Good.
And thank you again, Miguel. You're awesome.
Nice one. Thank you, Greg. Dave. Yeah, Dave. Let's do you.
Yeah. I play video games with these people every now and then.
Well, the same as me every now and again.
Yeah, it's like I don't really do much
Occasionally.
online things. I'm more of a musician than a video game YouTube
All the
person.
guitars.
Yeah.
But you do D&D, so what's not to like?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh yeah, I do nerd things, but I don't really show them on streaming platforms or like YouTube.
It's not for everyone.
I'm
But I
just
do
lazy.
know Levi has a channel, so how about you?
Yeah, so if you want to check me out, and Dave's on there as well, over at the Engineering Bay, that is either YouTube, type in the Engineering Bay, or youtube.com/the Engineering Bay official.
Ooh.
And you can come over and check out like sort of retro gaming stuff, opinion pieces, some streams. It's all kinds of things going on over there that I mainly do. And yeah, just generally have a good time. And you won't find me playing Elden Ring because it's not my jam.
I finally downloaded.
So yeah, come check it out. We're almost very close to hitting 160 subscribers, so go and subscribe.
Excellent.
Nice.
Well, catch us next time. We'll be here again in 2 weeks' time, every other Monday. And we'll see what is in the crypt.
Indeed, we will. Thank you all so much for watching, and
Thank you very much, everybody.
yeah, as always, until the next time, peace.